we have quality options. We do. Nice. Alright, so we can gloompetisms.
Okay.
What do I have to do? Oh yeah, in the DLC, yeah.
I noticed how Twitch on the computer there's no delay at all, but
yeah,
Twitch on mobile,
yeah, almost no
I
delay.
think I either have a 5-second or 10-second delay. I forget.
Yeah, like if you get on PC, you can get the FFZ extension. It's called like Frankenfeist, I think it's called. Something like that. So if you type FFZ, you will find it. But it also lets you to put in like the actual delay, and it tells you 2 milliseconds. So that's nice.
I'm pretty sure it is a 5-second one.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
Oh my gosh, they're just going in circles. It's a low card chase, and they're just going in circles around this building. Don't turn. Okay, thank you. Oh, is this the one where then the truck full of guys just pulls up? Oh, I hate this one.
People there, Pepe and Scooby. Hello, Napalm, hello. Risa, ew! The one time I can catch you live, or you play Spider-Man. Get wrecked, Risa.
Oh, you're streaming now.
Yeah, I'm streaming now.
Okay, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna.
Yeah, just waiting for more people to show up so we can start the glooms.
I'm muting the stream, but I'll just I can look at chat and stuff.
That's what I do mostly whenever I'm on. I am doing fine, Risa. How are you doing?
Hey, does it turn into a robot?
Oh
We'll play. Wait, will we play Sons of Time? Oh yeah, yes, Napalm. We will. I will play Sons of Time, the remake with releases. Because why the fuck wouldn't I?
That's okay.
So Risa, the Prince of Persia Sons of Time game, it's a 2003, I think.
Like, oh, is that the game that's being remade?
Yeah. So that's a you know, that's a nice platformer game, you know. But Napalm is happy about it because Yuri Lowenthal also voices the main character. So you know.
Who does?
Yuri, like the same person who voices Spider-Man.
Oh.
And Risa dislikes that voice actor.
Why?
Because he played the Sasuke in Naruto dub, and she doesn't like Sasuke, so she's like.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Hello, Fredo.
Yes, it is me, Outlet. Frida. I think I should just call him Frida.
Fredo?
Yeah, as in the chip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
That's good.
No, do you ever just start swinging around and there's just all these like, oh, there's a mugging, and no, there's just robbery, but you're like, no, I want to swing. Yeah.
Yeah, because swinging is very fun.
That's just my problem with crimes is that you'll do one and then not even 5 seconds later there's like another one.
Yeah.
And you just feel like you have to do it.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I mean, at this point I don't really care for those because, you know, I 100% the game.
Yeah.
A few times. Actually, no. I mean, like finish the story to 100% a few times, and on one save file I like did everything with the, including, you know, those benchmark system. That was annoying. 'Cause that was just pure grinding.
I just don't understand. I don't understand exactly what they want you to do. Like,
Continue.
oh, I was just saying. Sometimes I don't understand what they want you to do for those.
Yeah, I mean, I understood all of them, but they are so fucking grindfest, you know, like...
You even did the hidden screenshots, right? Where you get the,
Oh yeah, those are a bit... I think I did those with like a list, because that was annoying. But, you know, like, with those benchmarks that you, like, for example, like, parkour 1,000 times, or, like, do a slingshot around buildings, like, 1,000 times. You know, that was just... I was just, like... I'm pretty sure I opened EFAP or something. I was just doing circles around the one building, just grinding those. It's fucking wow.
Like, they're easy to do, but they just... It's tedious.
I mean, yeah, they're tedious and they completely break the flow if you would, like, do them. Because normally you just don't do most of those, I would say.
I think the most pointless thing in this game is the fast travel.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that exists.
I only used it to get the achievement.
I only use it when I'm like really bored and I just don't feel like anything. But normally you just swing around. It's enjoyable to swing.
Yeah.
We're doing a debate today to some extent, yes. That's the.
I'm very bad at debating, but you know, it'll be more of a discussion than a debate.
Yeah. Because mostly it came to be because I am of the opinion that Spooder-man is a bit stronger than the Arkham games, whereas Scooby is the opposite. Like we're not, I'm not like we're both not saying that the either is bad game. We're just having a disagreement on which is better.
Yeah. Basically.
Scooby is correct. Ah. Oh, hello, Kiba. How are you doing?
Kibakins.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, like, what could we like tackle head on?
I think we can talk about their stories, and I will say that Spider-Man's story is so much stronger than Arkham Knight's.
Yeah, that's 100%. Especially, I would also go with the, like the delivery.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, most of like the iconic people, like, you know, Scarecrow, Batman, Joker, you know, solid work, but like the rest is like really forgettable, I would say. And all of the stories are like basically like a setup for just like, you know, some random rampage in Arkham games, I would say. I think. Which one would be the strongest?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Because like, I just don't feel like the villains, etc. Like if. To some extent, I feel like they are a bit shoehorned. Like, I mean, it's understandable why they are there, mostly, I would say. But I don't know, just like with like the Arkham City, you're just suddenly they decide that Arkham Asylum is not enough, and they're gonna section off a part of a city to make it a big prison, sort of.
Yeah.
And they are there chilling with their goons. Well, I mean, it's understandable how and why does it work the way that it does. I just feel like it's a bit weird.
It's a little weird, but it kind of... There's more to it, though, when... You know, like... I don't know, I think... Well, you know... I think Spider-Man had some shoehorn villains like Screwball.
Yeah.
How they kept...
Yeah,
I hated her in the DLCs. I finally beat the Screwball things for the DLCs, like, this week. Because she's so annoying. It's like sometimes you just have to...
It just had personality. Like, the missions itself are okay. They're basic combat challenges. But her fucking personality is so goddamn infuriating.
She doesn't... I think... Well, someone said that's kind of the point, but... I don't know how I feel about that being the point.
I mean, even if it's the point, it's still bad.
Yeah. And I guess because the last mission where you're trying to like convince her that what she's doing is wrong, she doesn't change at all.
Yep. That's one thing. The second thing, I also had a problem with like the last mission in the DLCs was like she suddenly so fucking like she has a movement of cat, no, black cat.
Like yeah.
And I'm like, how though? She's a streamer. Like, I understand there are some like athletic streamers, but come on, that's beyond like normal human.
I think she had like some gadgets or
Yes,
something.
I mean, yeah, she had a grappling hook, but I'm just. Like,
I was so mad. I didn't know that I had to do the photo bombs until like I kept failing mission. Like, why do I keep failing it? I have to do these.
Yeah. I mean, Arkham City was a prison, made sense why they were enclosed in the city. Like, I just feel like the premise of the making it, like, getting rid of part of your city to create a bigger prison.
Well,
is
it's also the older part of the city too. That's kind of like the bad, like like the more rundown,
like the slums and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's like that's not really that important, and also because I think they're still like building on to the city. It's like that part's pointless. We can use it for something else.
Yeah. Like, I'm just curious now, because which of the Arkham series, obviously it's not either Asylum or City, but if you would choose between Origins or Night, which is, like, worse?
Night is worse.
I'm inclined to agree.
Because, the map sucks. It looks awful. It's like they're like, oh, but it's supposed to accommodate the Batmobile, but it does not look livable, like, at all.
That's
like,
one.
The map,
the whole Batmobile
the New York
so
City map, the New York City map for the Spider-Man PS4 is like that can accommodate that Batmobile. Like, you didn't have to space out the buildings so far apart.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, but also the story in Origins is so much better than Night, and kind of this game actually I think it took some plot points from Arkham Origins, but it's fine. Fine.
What do you say, Mel? You have Tism artifact on your discard icons on the bottom right.
Metal.
Ah, yeah, I see. It's probably just incorrectly cropped. Boop. Also, yeah, hello, Mel. The classic comic book logic, why don't we make City a prison, a little city prison?
We did it. We saved the city.
City was, so it's not fair to say it's not livable. No, it doesn't mean like it's like doesn't have people in it. It's just the maps, like the buildings, spaces in like the space itself of the city was created for the Batmobile instead of Batmobile being made to fit in the city.
Because that's why all the buildings are so far apart, and just it doesn't really feel like what do you say, realistic? Or it doesn't really have to be realistic, but you know what I mean,
like believable.
Yeah. And also just like there's the thing that I noticed is that there's only one gas station. There's like I think I almost said that there's no department store, but if you look closely there are, but they're like basically just convenience stores. What else? Oh, what was it? There's some other things like I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I just don't feel like the Batmobile was necessary.
It could work, but it's like he doesn't really need it. But they kind of like it's kind of just it just helps him get around quicker. But it's like he can function without it, honestly. And it's much and also it's just very jarring when you just run over people and they're like, oh, it's okay because it's just people would defend it by saying it's okay. I heard a defense where it's like it's okay because he doesn't do in cutscenes.
I mean, to some extent, that's an okay logic.
I know,
but it's not bulletproof. Then alrighty, just waiting for my best friend and BF come over so we get drunk and eat pizza. Give me the pizza now, Mel! Give it! The map probably was too much into it. If it was less in a like a motor travel tank puzzles.
I would have been okay if it was fast travel, just like the Batwing and Origin. Like, I just have. It would just be so much better. Yeah, it's fun to drive, but it just gets a little boring after maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. Because you're just going to go down the same street every time. Like, you could cover the entire map in maybe like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, and like the thing is also like the flying itself in Batman games is very enjoyable. So you're just robbing yourself of that experience for just like a basic like driving. Because all you can do is just drift and boost, from what I remember. So yeah, nothing that major, so just fucking pointless. I mean, maybe not pointless, but basic. Whereas you have very enjoyable, like, the means of traversing the city via flying. Just much more, like, I would say, enjoyable. Also, I don't know what you did to describe icons overlay. Just have green borders. It's like, oh, is it? Oh yeah, I see.
Why aren't you using the Raimi suit?
I don't know. But I don't know. Wait, I'm now it's up, now it's not. Huh.
Oh yeah, sometimes it doesn't look like I'm talking or you're talking, or it looks like I'm talking.
I think I know why. There we go. Because for some reason it sometimes freezes when Discord and stream are on the, like, OBS are on the same monitor. There we go. Oh, now it's working. Yeah. Can I get a Colin hype for this debate? Typing is tedious. I guess we could get Napalm on if you want.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't care.
Let's get him.
I don't care. Anyone can join in. I don't mind.
I do more mod work than my mods on my stream. Me to the mod than the others. Mod me, obviously. That's how it works.
Yeah, and mod me so I can kick everyone. I mean, what? So I can kick Julius from a stream, and then I can take over a stream.
Now, okay, Napalm, you need to accept the friend request for me to able to add you. So we're having a party? Yes.
There is a lot more detail, I think, in Arkham Knight, though, but it doesn't really make it a good game. There are, apparently, people are still finding Easter eggs in the game.
Possible, I guess. Well, just...
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'll be busy soon anyways. Yeah, Mon will be gone. Let's give it the rank. Let's just... okay, there we go. So I can now do this and wait, why am I not seeing you, my man? Maybe I need to add you to a friend as well.
Yeah. No, I think if someone sends you friend request, it goes both ways.
Because I cannot find him to add pending. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I need, for some reason mine didn't went through. There we go. Boop. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, Napalm?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're a tiny bit loud. I'll just turn you down.
Yeah. I did so for myself as well, but yeah, we can continue.
Sorry, I'll be on push to talk.
Napalm doesn't want to chat. You got fucking booped, Napalm. Hey, got smart.
I got booped by Svedo. I don't have the safety whistle to boop him back.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'll have it.
But yeah. So what can we go back? We were talking about tisms.
Well, I think we were talking about the map.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room for Arkham Knight? That was the terrible port for PC.
Oh yeah.
That's the obvious thing we have to address. Man, the PC version is shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better or not now. I'm still a console
Nope.
peasant, so I don't know.
It was not fixed.
I own the game. I could install it and test it, but that's too much work.
They didn't fix it. From what I remember, they really didn't fix it.
I think it's like playable now, but it's not like fixed.
I still think Origin is the better one of the two.
Yeah,
I would say so.
definitely. It has a better story too,
Mhm.
and it makes more sense. It doesn't have much problems.
And also the voice actors for Batman and Joker are okay. They're not Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, of course, but they're alright.
They
did okay.
encompass the young versions of themselves.
They get the job done. Let's just keep at that.
Ooh.
They get the job done. Not in that way. Not in that way, no. Not in the way that you're thinking, Julius, you dirty person.
No, I was actually not thinking about you. Sorry. I was reading that Mel will have Korean barbecue soon. I'm like, ooh.
Damn it, I really need to get some Korean barbecue as well. But I have sushi today, so that's good for me.
Ooh. I need to get sushi at some point because I really was like, I'm weird on that because I don't know. I would just need to find like a good place probably to get sushi from.
Getting to a Korean barbecue place in my country is almost impossible, so I might as well just learn to cook it myself.
Probably, I would assume that's gonna be an issue.
Also, another elephant in the room. Did you guys like that they brought back Mark Hamill as a second personalityism kind of?
I thought it was fine, but it made no sense.
Yes.
Like his parts were good, but it just didn't make sense. Like he did a fine job of voice acting. He was
Like
pretty
yeah,
good.
mostly that was the thing. Just simply no go away from. Mostly, like you know, you have an enjoyable experience because it's Hamill, you know, doing the Joker.
But I'm happy Hamill is back, but
yeah, made no sense for him to be there.
I'm happy
It's like,
that Hamill
it makes you think, okay, so I guess Batman's worst fear is Joker then, but then they say, oh no, because Joker's blood is turning him into Joker, which also makes no sense.
I would have loved it if he did not have the weird shit blood, and it would be just him hallucinating because of the fear gas and just remembering that he's dead and just like an inner demon thing.
Because you know, if I had to, let's say Julius donates his blood, okay, and then someone's given his blood, they don't turn to Julius, thank God. But you know, I mean,
That would be fucking scary, you know. I just go around become a blood donor, and I just create an army of myself. I would be
yeah,
scary.
they just become Polish frogs.
Yeah.
Imagine if DC blood thing really worked that way in the DC universe. The first thing I would do if I was a villain, I would have gotten the Flash's blood. I mean, his powers are bonkers.
Yeah. He is Speedy Boy. He can do weird things from what I know. I don't know much.
Just it just doesn't. There's no way to just like you could say, well, Joker's blood is like toxic and everything. Then it should kill you. Then
Yeah.
like it wouldn't turn you into it. You just have to think realistically. It wouldn't. Again, I wouldn't turn into Julius if I was given his blood. I might have like what? I know that you could get some like side effects, like or something like that. I can't think.
From the blood transfusion, you shouldn't get any problems, mostly if you get the correct blood.
Oh yeah, because they, I forgot, like, you fill out a form before you even give blood, so then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you give them the correct type, you know, and the correct, like, minus or plus, then there are mostly no issues. Like, there are very minor cases, I think, and if that's just being a little bit under the weather, from what I know. But, you know.
Even though they say in Arkham City, like, after Arkham City, they were able to get all the blood, but they're like, no. Oh, like,
No, yeah, no.
4 or 5 people are infected.
Some people
Like,
are dead.
okay.
Yeah, that's impossible for them to say.
So, we talked mostly about Arkham Knight and the negatives. Can we go through the positives of the rest of the games? I mean, it's kind of unfair to focus
We
on
talk about
those.
some positives. We can.
Yeah,
Just the the gameplay is always a fun part of a go-to, I'd say.
Hmm?
The combat is...
Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead, Jill.
I would say that, like, as a pioneer of the system, you know, because Spider-Man obviously takes a lot from that system, like the combat system. They did like such an amazing job, like in the planning and how like the progression system, like how you shoot, like how the combat progresses and stuff like that. It's quite masterful, I would say.
Yeah, like how they introduce a new enemy type after a while. And, yeah. Well, apparently, Spider-Man 2 was a game that kind of introduced free flow, but I guess it didn't, like, it wasn't improved or made popular to, like, Arkham Asylum.
And they were only dodges and not counters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it's still in the Spooder-man version. You don't have any counters in the PS4 game, because that feels more like appropriate, that he would just dodge them because of his reflexes instead of like doing a... I mean, some probably punches he could have countered, but you know, would it be hard to code that you have one to dodge, one to, you know, and one to counter? That would be a bit of a hassle, I would say, for 4 players.
Something that the Arkham series has over the Spider-Man one, in combat at least, not really relevant in the main stories, but in DLCs and other modes, are multiple character combats.
Yeah.
Choose other characters, not only Batman, you can play as Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing.
And that's what I like about Arkham City, is that you can switch between Catwoman and Batman. And I wish they brought that over tonight, but they didn't.
Night was very weird when it comes to Catwoman, because they like made her that she's just fucking sitting all the time with a bomb. I'm like, why though? Why would you do it the way that you did it? It's pointless. Why even have it in the game?
Because.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it's freaking baffles me.
Yeah, that was a bit of the CW syndrome of get as many cameos as you get, no matter what it means.
I think my favorite map is either City or Origins.
I like Origins a lot, especially in the Cold Heart DLC.
The which DLC?
Cold Heart from Origins.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Yeah, the winter one. That's my favorite.
Well, the game is during winter. You mean the New Year's? Because it's during New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
DC is
that.
all about character cameos. I think so. Well, I'm just a bit too unknowledgeable about DC in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like, I never was a big fan of DC, I would say. Like, I like Batman. And that's it.
I grew up with a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean...
I like both.
I think... I don't know. Because in Marvel, I'm same, I also don't have that much knowledge about it. I mean, like... I'm definitely biased towards Spider-Man because I just fucking... I don't know, I find it very entertaining in, like, a concept. Because I didn't read any comics, because fuck comics, I don't know. I just, like, didn't feel like that's a worthy investment of my time.
I think that you're just a problem, Julius.
Probably. Well, that's the thing, like, I knew more of, like, Marvelisms, but I just still, don't know that much. I would say I have, like, very basic understanding of Marvel, like, continuity and stuff. Whereas to DC, like, the, basic people and stuff, villains, I have, like, probably subpar knowledge.
I like how in Origins they showed some really obscure villains, so it's like they made them like you could understand like who they were.
What I hate about people that don't really know DC is they hear a funny name of a villain and they immediately cross him off, like the Calendar Man.
Spider-Man
I
is
know
worse.
I know it's a goofy name, but it's a fucking serial killer that
Yeah.
He actually used to just be obsessed with just dates, and you just rob. He just perform robberies on specific dates.
Yeah.
He wouldn't kill people.
Yeah, especially with those games, I wasn't like, oh wow, like, oh, that's so silly. They were genuinely interesting, some of them, and they definitely like expanded my knowledge about Batman. But like a whole argument that they have a silly name is like Spider-Man has, like, I would probably say one of the most silliest villains in Marvel, probably. Because like most of them are just like
which one?
basic trait, and that's it, and then there's some funny costume.
Oh, like Screwball.
Yeah, or like Elektra from the comics, Rhino from the comics, Vulture from the comics, you know.
Yeah, but I like in the Arkham games how, like, in the character bios, if you read them, they'll give you like the basic understanding of who this character is, and they'll tell you like, oh, what their first appearance was. All that other stuff. That's nice. Yeah.
That's a good pina colada. All right. Oh, actually, I don't wonder how does it taste? Cause I don't think I ever had pina colada. Falling a Mel, making everyone jealous. Go away.
Metal turning everyone to drunks.
Tempt me, Frodo.
What else? What could we else discuss?
Why Julius is gay?
Am I?
No.
Oh, okay.
We could discuss because it's only one game for Spider-Man. We could put it up against the strongest from the Arkham series and see how
I
they
would say
compare.
City.
Yeah, City of course.
That's gonna be fun.
Where would we begin? Like,
I think I like the map a lot better in City. It's nice and small, but you know, there's a lot to do.
I would say probably otherwise.
And why would you say otherwise, Julius? You're upsetting me.
Like, I don't know. I think it's mostly because it's nighttime. I just feel like it's very superficial. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Because like design-wise, that's very good.
In the story, it's only one night.
Yeah, I know. It's just one night. It's that's the thing. I know.
That's the problem with most of the games, is like, how can this take place in just
one
a
night?
night?
Yeah.
But yeah. But you're just nitpicking at this point. You shouldn't be criticizing anything because everything's just a masterpiece. So I think you should all just shut up.
Like for me, I feel like that's it's just the movement. Well, it was enjoyable in City, like I feel it was a bit too small, and simultaneously a bit too clunky. They perfected it a bit more later on in like Origins, I think. Maybe I misremember that. That's a possibility.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Like you know how like the middle of the map in City is like walled off because it's just a separate area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not walled off in the game. So like you have the entire area to go through.
City is just a small portion of Gotham. In Origins, it was almost
Almost, yeah.
almost the whole city.
Yeah, and like I feel with Spooder-man as well. Is that like the whole mechanic of swing is very enjoyable. Where like somewhat basic.
It's fun to move around basically, and you have the entire city all tiers. Like the entire city is not like really like closed off or anything.
Yeah, like you have a big enough playground for like doing all the basic and more advanced stuff. It just like looks nice, the animations. Whereas I feel like in most Arkham games you basically zipline to a point, glide as long as you can, zipline to a point.
It's so fun to do it though.
Yes, but I feel Spooder-man's movement system is a bit, like I would say, much more fluid and simply, like I don't know how to describe it more than like with not subjective terms like fun.
Yeah, I understand.
To be honest, Spider-Man is a superpower person and Batman isn't, so there is into the movement that Batman can do. I mean,
like they can't just give him a jetpack unless he's like Batman Beyond, but you know.
We really need the Batman Beyond game.
Yeah, but
I know the canceled Arkham game that WB Montreal was working on originally was supposed to be Batman Beyond.
Oh.
But some genius told them, "Oh, Batman Beyond isn't that popular. Just make it a Damian Wayne game."
What? Fuck no.
Yeah.
No, just why? Damian Wayne is the most unpopular Robin.
It's popular to the people who like those movies that no one cares about.
Oh.
It's not even popular in the game. I mean,
they never hinted to him even existing.
Yeah.
No, they actually did.
Oh yeah. I think I'm remembering now.
City had Batman had a relationship with Talia Al Ghul. That was her name, right?
Talia, yeah.
Yeah, because in the comics, Talia basically rapes Batman. No, she date rapes him. She like drugs him.
Nice.
Yeah, it's still rape. Let's not sugarcoat it.
No, it was. It was rape. It was.
Should do a Red Hood game? I don't know how that would work though.
I think it'd be fun. Like a Deathstroke game would be fun.
We already have
Don't mention Gotham Knights doesn't look good at all. I don't like the combat.
And it's for me it's very because I already dislike the.
I did not mean Gotham Knight. I said the Arkham Knight. The DLC portion.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that DLC for Red Hood.
Didn't even know that's a thing.
I like the combat in it.
The Red Hood DLC is like the biggest joke. It's like you could beat that DLC in like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. It used to be $5, I think, but now it's like $2. No, $3.
So let's make a true Red Hood game, and I agree.
Yeah, but even with going to like the Gotham Knights, like for me the biggest problem is the way they want to handle combat and the world, Because they
Because
basically
they
want to
had,
do Assassin's Way, like the new Assassin
Yeah.
game, which
It is
sucks.
because they had someone from Ubisoft was the game director,
Oh.
and that's the reason why they switched that combat, because they're probably going to have some dumb reasoning saying, oh well, the free flow is too restrictive or something, which is not
Oh.
true at all. They just want to. It's going to be a very boring combat, basically.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Like for me,
saw
yeah.
for
Go.
the combat, it kind of looks similar to the previous Arkham games. It's just the RPG
Yeah.
slash leveling system from the Assassin's Creed. If the combat stays the same, it's just RPG elements. I'm not really be that annoyed.
Well,
by
they
it.
showed the gameplay with some combat, so I don't think they're going to be changing it anytime soon.
I saw the gameplay as well, and it looked pretty similar to me. Might be just be a me problem there. So
No,
I
I just
felt like it was a bit bland. Not to mention that I don't like the UI was way too cluttered with like all the levels and stuff. Like, no, the goons should be like easy to dispatch because they are goons. Not that they
and
have level
also
10.
just Mr. Freeze is just a raid boss.
I don't know why they're bringing back Mr. Freeze for a third time.
No, it's its own universe. It's not in the Arkham games at
Yeah.
all.
Isn't it after Arkham Knight?
No,
No,
isn't.
it's its own thing.
Oh, okay. Do you not know that?
Yeah. How dare you not understand these things?
Do I not understand the themes?
Yeah, it's to the
Thieves.
gulags with you.
My goodness. But yeah, that's like very weird with the way that they want to go with the game. Also, like a side note, it's mostly because it happens all over the like gaming industry. But what I find really weird whenever they do like the gameplay like showings, almost 9 times out of 10 they show you and it says like pre-alpha footage, and I'm like, first of all, why are you showing me a pre-alpha footage? Show me something that's finished. And then second of all, they often show you pre-alpha footage of a game that's supposed to release in like 4 months. Like for example, the game from Ubisoft about the like gods and monsters that they renamed suddenly. That was like a pre-alpha, and it releases in 3 months. And I'm like, how the fuck do you want to finish the game in 3 months?
Probably
What?
they had that trailer ready for another time.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's yeah. Go on.
Maybe the trailer got delayed. What's annoying with pre-alpha footage is when the pre-alpha footage looks better than the finished product.
Oh yeah. Remember Watch Dogs?
Yep. I mean, I still hold Watch Dogs in general is quite good game. Just the fucking disappointment, the hype was just way too like unmanaged.
The second one's awful though.
Mm,
It's fun, but I hate the story. But
Yeah.
it's fun.
I would say the story is
In
weird.
character.
Very sudden shift, I would say. Like,
And the characters are bland too. Don't forget about that.
yeah.
Yo-yo combat, I got.
I prefer
Weirded
the
out.
gameplay of second, but I prefer the story of first.
I just messed around the whole time and just did missions randomly. I just stopped caring about the story. And it's
Yeah.
like the villain just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, wait a minute, this guy's the bad guy.
In Watch Dogs 1 or 2?
2.
No, Bloom was the villain from the very beginning.
I did not remember that at all, I guess, so...
Yeah, he was the very first. He was the guy like you bump into him while you're partying on the very beginning, because he was like wanted to make sure that you were the one who broke in and deleted your profile and stuff like that. And ever since he was like your main antagonist.
Yeah, but I thought they waited too long. Like, he just showed, like... Whatever. I haven't played it forever, so I don't think I should be talking about it.
I think this is a nice segue to go to villains from the both games, from Spider-Man Arkham. So, villain from Spider-Man, what do we have? We have Dr. Ock as the main one.
Electro, Vulture, Kingpin,
Mr. Negative.
Mr. Negative.
Screwball.
The fuck is Screwball?
If we're counting side mission, are we counting side mission
Taskmasters.
villains or not?
Sure, why not? I feel like that's
And,
okay.
yeah, Taskmaster. That fight was actually really easy for me because I just threw him off the building.
Poor guy.
For a person that has the power to copy every move and stuff like that was too easy.
Yeah, I just don't know how would you program that. That would be like.
I thought it would
from
be
the
like,
gameplay
I
perspective.
think you would probably be able to manipulate this a lot, but I think it would probably be how well you did during the challenges, how hard it's going to be, but people would probably purposely do really bad just so it's really easy.
Or
You know.
maybe just don't put Taskmaster in the game.
I don't know, I guess it was just something to do.
Wait.
In Arkham we have Hugo Strange, if I remember.
Yeah.
Joker, Mr. Freeze,
Bane is
Two-Face.
just Bane just a side mission. He's still kind of weak in Arkham City. But we don't have him.
Two-Face.
Yeah, Two-Face.
Penguin.
Like there are like the
Right.
the one that's always like Penguin, Two-Face, Joker, not Scarface, Scarecrow.
I almost thought you were going to say Skyrim.
Skyrim. Skyrim is a villain. Yes, I agree. You know, those are always the, and I feel like they're always pretty okay, if not
Killer
good.
Croc was in the first game. I don't know if he was in the second. Maybe a cameo.
No, he's an Easter egg in Arkham City. You know, like after you do the last Wonder Tower thing, for the story, if you go back the way you came, there's a part in the sewer where you throw a battering at a button and then he shows up.
In Origins, they made him the first boss, and he was so disappointing.
I think, well, he's supposed to be the first boss. The first boss is usually not that hard. I think they were just trying to introduce you to.
Yeah, but they made him in the Arkham, Arkham Asylum quite an intimidating boss. I mean,
Yeah.
Into Night, because of how bad the boss battles is all you have to do is punch a couple thugs, and then do a button prompt, and then do a Nightwing, do a team takedown on him, and you just hit him a couple times and repeat.
There was a fight against Killer Croc in that game.
In the DLC.
Oh.
And
That's
also there's a free DLC map pack where like you get some of the maps from City and you get to fight Killer Croc if you get like a certain score or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't play the DLCs of Nights. And actually, I don't think I played any of the DLCs. I don't know why, because I feel it's because I played most of them at release, and I just didn't come back to those.
The thing if we're going to talk about like content, I like for Spider-Man, I like that you get to unlock the suits, and it's not like, oh, the suits are just DLC.
Yeah.
In the Batman game.
And I also like they are tangible rewards, they just not reskins, they give you stuff, abilities,
Yeah.
and
And you get suits from completing stuff too. Like, from completing side missions, you can get a suit.
Yep. Like, that's also quite nice, I would say, like, progression, because it forces you, obviously, to do those, like, side missions, but the side missions themselves don't feel that forced. Because that's what you would do as a Spider-Man. You would do those random crime encounters, random, like, Taskmaster challenges to, like, you know, get rid of him. You just do those, and I feel like that's a quite nice progression system. You get the tokens for like interacting with all the parts of the game.
It gives you reason to do them.
Yeah.
Like in Arkham Knight, like you have no reason to do any of the side missions really, or even interact with any, like even like fight any of the thugs, because there's like no one in there. Like there's no one in the city. Like there's no, like the only one that you might say that you would want to do is the one with the fireman, but that's kind of it.
Something that Arkham Knight is good, and I remember is there was a side mission with a serial killer that left bodies.
Yeah.
I really like the detective part of that missions. I adored that part.
That's the best side mission in the game.
Like Arkham Knight is just a haze in my mind. I just really don't remember most of it.
We should not talk about Arkham Knight anymore. We should talk about Arkham City, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You always come back to those bad ones, cause that's more fun to rag on bad stuff.
Yeah, it's true, but this is the problem when we're combating an entire series and a series that had only one game.
Yeah, 1 game versus 4 games.
Yeah.
If we want it to be fair, we
because the Spider-Man PS4 kind of takes a lot of stuff from Arkham Origins. Would it be more fair to talk about Arkham Origins and this game?
Well, what do you mean by takes a lot from Arkham Origins?
I mean, just some, like, it takes some, like, elements, let's say.
What would be those elements that aren't in City, though? Because I don't know. I can think
like
of them.
Some story stuff, you know, like, I can't think right now. Give me a second.
Also, hello Mala, how you doing?
I think City is more comparable to Spider-Man with this game, because this is the 8th year in Spider-Man's career, if I'm not mistaken, this game. And Arkham City is quite ahead in Batman's life as a vigilante. There are quite some years between Batman and the Joker. Origins was the introduction for Batman and the Joker.
Yeah, Origins is like 1 year into him being a vigilante, I think.
No, it's 2 years.
2 years, so.
Combat was more like Origins than City. I might agree with that. Story elements, I don't know if I really agree with it. There might be some that I don't remember. I played the game quite a long time ago.
I can't remember right now, but on the top of my head.
For me, I cannot even compare any of the story beats from Spooder-man to any of the nights.
I guess I wouldn't say story beats, but never mind. Let's just move on.
Okay.
So should we compare villains? I mean, we take the main villain from both games and give them a go. I mean, Doc Ock.
They're both pretty strong. Well, I think like I thought that if we're talking, well, main villain would be like Hugo Strange in that one, but I think that Mr. Negative is kind of weak as a villain. And
my main problem with him would be mostly would be the fights. I think like the first fight especially.
Also, I think the I think the trailers should not have told us who he was.
Yeah, sorry for that. Blah blah blah. My mom came into the room. But yeah.
She was trying to disown you.
No, she was talking about like possible for me to be sick since my mom is a doctor, so she made some prescriptions for me to appear sick for the like whole tisms with my teacher and
Oh,
uni.
wow. Okay. That's
Oh
awesome.
boy.
So
Your mom is awesome.
yeah, so she was like, yeah, if that's necessary, she's like, I got you covered. You have an alibi. Like, oh, nice, thanks. But yeah, I zoned out when we're talking about Mr. Negative.
I think the trailers should not have revealed who he was, so we're like, oh yeah, he's a bad guy. And it's just so obvious too that he's the bad guy.
Wait, Mr. Negative or
The guy who's Mr. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he is called Martin Lee in the game.
Yeah, Martin Lee.
Oh, okay.
And so I was playing the game with my dad one time, and he didn't know about this. He's like, is that guy the bad guy? I'm like, how do you know? It's just so really obvious.
Kinda, I would say. Like, he has that demeanor about himself. It's like kind of comic booky. I feel like him as a character as well is pretty basic. Which is your union again? I have to get sent it now. You will not get those. That's a no-no. But yeah, as a character, he's pretty basic. Like, he has just like, also I would say very irrational need for revenge. Because, especially with like, you know, when you have the second boss fight with him, Spider-Man says, "I know about the accident," and he's like goes on a temper tantrum. Oh, the accident! You sound just like them, so clinical. Blah, blah, blah. But it was an accident. That's literally the definition of an accident. What happened? You killed someone because of some random fucking explosion that happened, not because of your fucking own fault. That's literally, like, I can agree, like, blaming them, sure, but man, it's obvious that it wasn't their fault. I mean, maybe not fault, but the intention, rather.
I think Dr. Octopus was a much stronger villain.
That's a big true.
Cause you see the progression too, and
it's believable.
Yeah.
I think
And there's more of an impact too, because he's just like a mentor to Peter.
I think they exaggerated a bit with the Osborn.
Osborn is comically evil.
Yeah, I know Osborn is evil in the comics, and here in the
He's pretty comically evil in the Sam Raimi movie though, and that's why it's great.
I mean, in that one he's a clear villain, and he is a Green Goblin. In this one he's just fucking asshole for no real reason, other than he's just a rich asshole. That's his characterization.
Yeah.
It's also a villain because his son is sick. I think the experiments with Martin was actually because of his son.
Possible. But for me it's just like, I understand his motivation for like the Devil's Breath and stuff, like creation. They are quite well explored and stuff, but his like behavior is he's just an asshole for no reason. Like, you know, you're just chilling with Doc Ock, you know, doing the science, and then he comes, yeah, no, I pulled your funding because fuck you, go work for me. I'm like, fucking hell, bitch, shut the fuck up.
I mean, he is an evil politician and a shrewd businessman. That's his whole character. He just wanted to.
Oh no, I mean, it makes sense. Why would he do that? But it's just fucking, like, very basic. Which is just kind of like, that's why it feels so comic booky, because it's just like a trait pushed to an extreme.
Yeah.
I just feel weird that everything in the game has to revolve around Osborn. That's a bit annoying for me.
Yeah, everyone is out to get Osborn.
I get
yeah,
it,
I
he's an
mean-
asshole.
Yeah, that's also very weird. But it's just, I feel like most of the story would just not happen if he wasn't an asshole like that. That's just like something I just like take an issue, cause yeah, because of it, it feels like so goddamn comic booky. It just like takes away from the impact, I would say, because the progression of like you know, Octavius being like, fuck, I lost me funding, I lost me fucking possibility to fix my fucking
Well,
body and stuff.
how
you
would
know?
you do it? How would you do it better though? Because
Yeah,
you're
that's the
still
problem.
like, it's like, and I think it's fine
Mhm.
that it's like, oh, everyone's out to get Osborn, but I don't know.
But the main thing is
maybe-
that Doc Ock is Doc Ock is the
Doc Ock
spicy
is
meatball.
very strong.
But,
One thing I dislike in this game, and I don't know if everybody agrees with me or not, is it's implied that the villains that Spider-Man fought, like the Vulture, the Scorpion, etc., were not that threatening in the beginning, and they only became threatening because of the upgrade they got from Doc Ock.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's also the case. I feel like they are threatening enough with and without the upgrade, but the thing was that when they teamed up, it was a bit it was a bit too much to handle. That's why also Spider-Man could only beat them when they also split up even further, because when they attacked him like all at once, he couldn't simply comprehend all of the things. But when it was 2v1, he was like, it was challenging, like from like the story perspective, because you know, glossing over how it is challenging in the game, is beside the point. But I feel like that would be a believable challenge, because 1v1, I feel like Spider-Man would probably deal with most of them easily. Like without like, maybe not easily, but you know, not like many major threat to the city. That's how I feel.
Maybe I would have liked to see how they would have looked and fought in their original form and no upgrades from Doc Ock. I mean, their own work and abilities. To see how they compare to later, and see how they Spider-Man deals with them as villains.
Yeah, I guess that would be a bit interesting, like a story beat, that you have like a random small encounter with them via the story, but that'll also be a bit contrived, that you like, you know, bust all the fucking people that will become the Sinister Six in this progression of the game.
I mean, they got their upgrades in the prison anyway, so it wouldn't really affect that much.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like you know, you beating all of them before them like being breaking out, and then giving the upgrade, I feel like that would be a bit contrived. Whereas you know, you have them.
I thought you
in the
like
prison.
fight them one-on-one. Like, I thought you fight like a couple of them one-on-one before. Like they start like
You have
before they start like pairing up and stuff.
You have a Scorpio boss fight before him and Rhino.
Yeah.
Scorpion boss fight was
Yeah, it was very boring.
It's just kind of like the Copperhead one, just the hallucinations from Arkham Origins a little bit.
I think I like Copperhead more than Scorpion.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I don't remember Copperhead.
Short blonde, short-haired blonde lady that poisons you.
Yeah, still doesn't ring a bell. That was a bit too...
The snake thing, the snake bitch.
Yeah, I just really, you will not really give me more It's just that was a little bit too like, how would you? I don't remember the word in English. It's just like it was way too long ago. Oh, that would be the case for me to remember what was the to remember those specifics, I would say. Also, like, based on the comics, Peter holdbacks his true power. That's also something I heard. From what I know, Peter is very, very, like, on the power level, he's quite high up there.
He's one of the more stronger comic book characters from Marvel, please. We shall not bring DC into power levels.
I mean, if you go with the fucking Marvel power levels, you have some fucking outrageous tisms, like
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. But no, even with the like comic ones, there is the fuck. How was he called? He was like he's the second most powerful guy after before the one above all. I don't like fuck. He was like I don't remember his name right now. It's like fuck. He's like a guy from completely a different like kind of like dimension, but not even dimension, like outside of the dimension tisms. He can do anything he wants. Fuck, how is it? No, I need to Google it. Give me a second.
You mean one above all? Or?
No, one above all is like
It's
the one
God.
before. Give me a second. Marvel power list, I guess. Oblivion? No, he wasn't called Oblivion, I think. Huh.
Galactus?
Infinity, End of Death. Cronus, Phoenix. Beyonder, there we go. That's the guy.
That's really weird name.
From what I know, he's like very, very crazy powerful.
Julius, did you know that Fortnite is now canon in the Marvel universe?
Well, it was from in the Endgame, yeah? Was it not?
Are you referencing the Infinity War? No, not Infinity War, the Endgame.
Yeah.
No, I mean that because their event that they were doing. What was I saying? So they said, oh yeah, this is because I think that they were going to make comics for it. And so now, now Fortnite's part of the Marvel universe. It's part of like the multiverse.
Let's be honest. DC were always stronger in the comics department.
Fuck Fortnite. Yeah, I agree. Like, that's very weird. Why though? What's the point?
Marvel are making some really weird decisions with comics.
DC does too.
Yeah, but I don't think they did as many and as outrageous.
Yeah, I feel like I hear more because I don't care about comics in general, but I feel like I hear more like those tismy stories from comics about Marvel than DC. I feel like they do them more often, over to Marvel. Like with all of those, like especially with like the, those strong, powerful women characters, and they just like the stories just don't sell at all because they are shit.
Yeah, do you know how many times they've rebooted Captain Marvel?
No, I don't, but probably a lot.
I think it's like about 9 times.
Have you guys seen the Southpaw tweet from Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel comic where she is looking at some sandwiches and says something akin to delicious infidel meat?
Whoa.
I think we found a recipe for the bigot sandwich, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what the fuck? Jesus. That sounds fucking hilarious, though.
That bigot sandwich.
You'll never hear something like that from DC. You'll hear stupid shit like, I don't know, let me think of stupid storyline from DC.
Batman simping for Catwoman.
Was he?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Batman. I was thinking of Superman for some
Because
reason. Sorry.
Tom King, they had Tom King write it, and then he didn't know what he was doing, and he made Batman a simp.
Yeah, as I said, I just for a second got confused and I thought you said Superman and I was like, what? Why? But yeah, that makes more sense. That it will be
I
Batman.
mean, Superman did some weird stuff in some comics. But they usually were not bad things like, I don't know, from a story-wise point of view. Superman killed Billy Batson. Like, it literally lasered his brain off. But that's the Injustice comic, so...
Yeah. But I'm curious, you know, because there was like this one comic that they revealed there are 3 Jokers. I'm like,
Yes.
did they expand on it ever?
They made a comic for it, I guess.
Because I'm just like curious how that work. There
I
are
don't
3 of
know.
them.
If I
Probably
remember,
not me.
they did a thing where Joker was kind of an immortal monster from Gotham, like he was very old from the beginning of Gotham, kind of like a urban myth type of thing. That was interesting, but I won't call it bad. And if I remember correctly, the only reason he was able to be pseudo-immortal was because he found the Lazarus Pit, so that explained.
Yeah, the Lazarus Pit is also a quite interesting device, I would say. Like the
We
storytelling
also
device.
have Rachel Gould in Arkham City.
Yeah?
Rachel, Talia. I completely forgot about them.
That fucking sequence was very fun in the city with Rachel Gould. I would say. Quite enjoyable, I must say.
So I think, I don't know, it might be a hot take or not. I think Spider-Man had the better main villain, but
I'm so alone. I'm sorry, Contra. What can I say? Everyone is just chilling.
and Arkham City had all the side villains better.
Oh,
That might be my opinion.
probably. We're still comparing it to City or to Origins?
We can compare both if you want.
Because in City, I feel like Hugo Strange is a bit weak. He doesn't really do much. It's just that impending like a MacGuffin for you to like get to him and defeat. Because he himself doesn't do much. And they'll
Found out Batman's identity.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he isn't like a threat or anything. I'm just saying that he doesn't do much, really.
Then
It just gives you an arbitrary time limit, which is also very fucking short. I think it's like 10 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it's 10 hours.
I'm still not. I don't know if we consider Hugo the main villain or Joker. I'm still iffy on that.
I guess you could say they're both main villains. Just they're the
Joker rival is Doc Ock, but I don't know about Hugo Strange.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Yeah, but also like if you would even go for side missions, I don't think there's that many side villains in Spooder-man. We have Tombstone, Taskmaster, Screwball. Is there anyone else? I think there's only those 3 as a side encounters.
Hammerhead.
Oh yeah, I mean Hammerhead is a DLC. I would say he's main villain of the DLC, so that doesn't count really. I would say the Silver Sable, I guess. 'Cause she is an antagonist to you for a second, then she switches teams, and then she's like, you know, when you get like beat up, you know, by Doc Ock, she gets you to the hospital. She sees MJ and she's like, I must go. She fucking leaves. Like, what the fuck?
She so wanted Spidey's D. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Look, there's something common about Spider-Man and Batman. They both brought villains into allies by the power of D. And both are cat team. How about that?
Yeah, the thing also is, like, somewhat annoys me. I mean, it is the case in the comics, I think, as well, but the characterization of MJ and Peter is simping for her so fucking hard in Spider-Man PS4 is getting, like, we were memeing obviously a lot when I was streaming, but fucking hell.
Yeah, he still seems not. He technically seems for an ex that he was not together anymore with her.
Yeah. That's something I just like, especially if you have other fucking options, because, like, I don't know, like, I feel if you would, like, because I guess I understand that Black Cat is a wild card and you can't really control her. But I do feel if he would, like, because he also doesn't have any other, like, possibilities, I would say, because he cannot get any, like, I would say deeper connection to Yuri or Silver Sable. I mean, Silver Sable maybe, if they, like, if he would, like, you know, follow through. But with Yuri, that's impossible, really, I would say.
Give us romance options, just like in Witcher or Mass Effect.
No, I feel that would be way too fucking forced. That would be way too weird. Wouldn't work, really.
I mean, for Black Cat, it would work as they were together at some point.
Wait,
They are together
again.
for Peter to get scared by her having a child. He really got scared.
Yeah. There's plenty of Spooder D to go around, yeah.
There's also plenty of Batman D to go around.
True. I think Julie should always have people on call, makes his stream better by infinite. Oh man.
Yeah.
Fucking the road.
I
Batman's
just
mostly an
switched to
incel.
playing Jedi Academy for a minute.
Wait, would Batman be an incel or? Because I don't know if he would be an
No, he
incel.
wouldn't be an incel.
You could say he's an celibate, but wouldn't be an incel. He would be just a cell.
Celibate. I mean, he has a son. He has a.
Well,
Yeah.
he didn't have any control over that.
He's still boned, and he's currently boning Catwoman. So
Yeah, but he's also simping for her pretty hard.
fair enough, but it's Catwoman though.
I like Scoob's voice. It's like Invader Zim. I will leave you with that statement, Scooby.
Thank you.
Spidey has that youthful horniness to him. Maybe it's just a cell. Yeah. I would probably agree with that. It doesn't really matter. It's a story.
Do we consider all?
No, because potholes don't really matter.
Are we talking about every version of Batman when we're talking about incels? Because he also tried to bone Wonder Woman in the animated series, Justice League animated series, and Wonder Woman was simping for him, not the other way around.
Yeah.
What else could we compare? Yeah, we could go back to the fighting mechanics because like we mostly like touched on how it was good in Arkham games, but didn't really went on with Spooder-man, I would say.
I think Spooder-man took the combat system from Arkham and improved on it and made it more personable for Spidey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really similar in moves. Spider-Man is more grounded and powerful in his strikes. Spider-Man is more agile, feisty. We have the web slinging. It's quite different, just in the core mechanics are mostly the same.
I also feel like it made it much more dynamic because I think in Arkham games most of the times you just, you know, you bash, and then do a finisher. Bash, do a finisher. And I don't feel like using all of the other options is that worth it.
You get extra XP actually if you use your gadgets.
Probably, yeah. That would be like a
It's not probably, it's a fact.
But I mean, no, I'm just saying that would be an insensitive to use those, but I just don't feel they are that useful in general. Like obviously you have the enemies that you require some, but in Spider-Man case you have all of the gadget wheel that you can just swap out on the fly, and I just feel like it just makes the combat much more dynamic to the situation. You can just, you know, approach it in more different ways that are all, like, I would say, still optimal and quite useful. Whereas I think, like, just going for a bash and then finisher is, like, the most superior technique in Arkham games.
To be honest, Spider-Man had its path already made for it, so it had an easier time to adapt it.
True. Wonder Woman was more into money. She study had the hots, yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking rich guy that's very handsome, of course. She has the heart for him.
He's also brain damaged, and for me it would be like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I don't know if I would call it brain damage or more emotionally stunted. I think that's a better alternative.
I mean, you have to agree that Batman is a bit cuckoo in the head.
He's cuckoo, but he's not stupid.
Oh yeah, that's not saying he's stupid. I'm just saying he's a bit crazy.
Yes, he is. But let's be honest, what superhero isn't a bit crazy?
Spooder-man?
I mean, have you seen his swinging?
Wait, singing or swinging?
Swinging. And also he's dancing. Sorry.
Oh, I feel like that's something he would do.
No, what I meant to is Spider-Man has his crazy ideas sometimes. Like, he takes a lot of risk. For example, the first time he swings, the first time he makes his web shooter, those are a bit naughty. That really should not work from a physics idea, but it's comic book, so it works.
Yeah, I don't really know how it works in the comic book. And obviously they don't show you like the beginnings of him in the video game here.
Yes, that's why I wanted to compare Arkham City to Spider-Man, because they're similar in their time of career. They're not at the beginning, they're mostly in the middle toward the end of their career.
Yeah, that's the case. Like the main problem is that like Spider-Man simply improves on a lot of stuff, so it's a bit also like unfair to compare those.
Yeah, Arkham is kind of a product of its time. I mean, it was very good at that point, but people took the core combat and improved it, so of course it's better on the later variations. And now they're gonna shit all over that combat. Can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird comparing games like that.
Also, I feel like well, when we were comparing the emotional state of both Spider-Man and Batman, I wanted to address the fact that Batman had his trauma at a really young age.
Yeah.
He was 8 years old when his parents got murdered. 8 to 10, I don't remember. When Uncle Ben died for Peter,
He was already
in his
almost
high school year.
yeah. Yeah, he was already like 14, 13, something like that. Or actually no, he would be 15 because he dies after he gets the powers in it. I think it's always the case that in every Spider-Man iteration that to some extent Spider-Man is to blame for the death of his uncle.
Yeah, the youthful arrogance of
Yeah.
not stopping that robber.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a kid, so
Yeah.
kids be doing stupid kid stuff.
Yeah, and that's also like in Spider-Verse. That was something that was quite nice that they like, you know, that how they like implement them that aspect that they always have that one person as was very deep for them and they lost them and that's their core motivation for every single Spider-Man. That was quite nice. I like Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse is a very good movie.
Spider-Verse was a really good movie. I liked Spider-Man more than any of the MCU Spider-Man movies.
Same. I mean, I like Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie IMO.
It's on equal footing with Spider-Man 2 for me. I can choose. I can choose between them.
For me, I think I don't know what would be the case. Probably something superficial that elevates it above. Because both of the fucking things are very good. Spooder-man 2 and Spider-Verse. But just like I really cannot find any major like flaws with Spider-Verse. And I watched it like over 15 times, I think. Like my biggest thing that I would say is a problem, and it's still a nitpick I would say, is at the very beginning when Kingpin kills the Spider-Man from Miles' universe, he says get rid of the body. You know, then Miles you know, gets caught, like, you know, spotted. He, you know, escapes, goes back home, and it's already on the news that he's dead. And I'm like, what? How? Well, it doesn't really matter for the story itself.
Yeah.
Wait a second. He says get rid of the body, but then on the news they reveal that Peter Parker was Spider-Man and he was dead. So they found the body. So
Yeah.
they did not get rid of the body.
Exactly.
That's weird.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's something that's weird. Wait, did they ban the trend on TikTok? Oh yeah, that was a case.
Yeah, it's going to get banned on Sunday.
Oh, cool.
He wants to ban WeChat as well. She's going for the big balls move.
Wait,
I don't even know what
WeChat?
that's one. I never heard of that last one.
It's the Chinese version of WhatsApp.
Oh.
I had to use it
Oh yeah.
because of college. God damn it.
Because not gonna lie, when you said WeChat, I thought that was like something, you know, like Nintendo Wii. And I was like,
No, that has no relevance. It's WE chat, not
The
WII.
only exception is like it will get unbanned if like it's able to be sold off. If like there's some like deal, like some deal going on, like if this one company can buy it. But no, I wouldn't. I'm just happy. And it'll just be gone.
The Russian version of WhatsApp is the best WhatsApp. Also the most safe, strangely. I don't even know what that would be.
And also, just a new version of TikTok is gonna come out. It's like,
Yeah.
in like a couple months, there's going to be some new thing that's basically TikTok, and then there.
Yeah, I mean that's how it evolved. It was first Vine, then it was like Musical.ly or something.
Then too.
Yeah. Telegram. Oh, Telegram is Russian? I didn't know that. Telegram is very fun. Telegram is quite good, I would say. Huh. Didn't know that.
So, what I find interesting about the between City and Spider-Man was Spider-Man has the relationship between Dr. Octopus and Peter as a mentor type thing, and City has the kind of strange best frenemies between Joker and Batman. And I say strange because they were clearly enemies, but Batman would still save Joker at the end.
I mean, that somewhat lies in his character, which is weird for me.
because he wouldn't kill him. He's not gonna kill anyone.
Yeah, because like I understand what's his deal, but like the main logic behind if you kill a killer, the number of killers stays the same. Is like yes, Batman, but what if you kill 99 killers? Or no, 100 killers.
I think the point is that you're. I think there's still one.
Like to be a bit like better as an unmoral statement, like that's I think that's the because it just simply don't go down to their level, but still he beats them fucking unconscious.
We have enough stories with killer Batmans. Like stop it.
It's kind of annoying though.
Oh, I mean, just like weird limitation they put them on the character idea concept, I would say. Just like I just find it weird. It doesn't say it's bad. I just find it like, wouldn't expect this guy to.
It's not Batman's fault because Joker comes back every goddamn time and kills more people, and it's the law system in Gotham that's at fault. They keep telling that Joker is insane, and he goes for the sanity clause every time, and it works every time, even though he's not. He doesn't have psychosis or something like that. He's a sociopath. That should work for imprisoning. That should not work for the insanity clause by law.
Or the death penalty.
The death penalty would be. I think Batman being consistent in his rules is not a bad thing, but Gotham's law system and Gotham being a shithole that never evolves is kind of a stupid thing.
A bit off topic. Do you have my stream up?
Yeah.
Do you know what that fucking bit of an island is? Like, it's just some like just an island with nothing. I'm just curious.
I think that's Alice Island. I forget.
Oh, maybe. I don't know about the.
That's not the island with the.
No, never mind.
There's
I
the.
forget what that island is.
The Liberty statue is near.
Yeah, there's next to it, and I'm just like curious what it is. That's it. That's one.
I'm not from New York. Why would I know?
Me neither. I'm just curious.
I find it quite interesting how DC mostly uses fictional cities like Gotham City, Metropolis, Central City, and stuff like this, and Marvel just uses New York
real cities, yeah.
For example.
Yeah, that's also quite interesting. Like, what would be like the main reasoning is, but what would be the main reasoning for doing that? That's because if you have a own city, you have so much fucking tools. Like, you don't have any limitations on that. Like, how it would work, you know? Because you can just because the Gotham is not a real city, you can make it like the biggest shithole there is, you know? And it doesn't matter that it probably couldn't fucking, like stand as a real city.
They could have made the biggest shithole there is, but they made Chicago.
Chicago times 3.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm just curious what was like the thought process behind that.
Stuff like that.
Shiitake. Shirak. Arkham was the CTH Lovecraft used a lot in his stories. Stanley, the idea was, what if heroes were real, specifically Spider-Man to be a hero of the people, so it makes sense to choose a real city. I guess that's a understandable reason. Same was with why Miles Morales is called Morales instead of Davis. Because there are two main explanations. Like the first explanation was that there was a jazz musician called Miles Davis, and so he didn't want people confusing them, so he went with that with his mother's name in the comics. And like the in-comic universe was, I think, the explanation that his dad was a criminal in his younger days, and he simply didn't want for Miles to have a harder time because of that, if they would like find out and stuff like that, they are like related. And
Wait, Stanley changed the name of a character because it was similar to a jazz musician?
I mean, that's why Miles Morales is called Miles Morales instead of, his mother's name instead of his father's name.
You know what I find very funny? I read and seen the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime and manga.
No.
That author names every character, almost every ability and some character he has after
musicians. Yeah, I think I have.
There's a fucking villain named AC/DC.
Oh yeah. Or Wamu or Cars. And Dio's also a band.
Yeah, he's named after the singer Dio.
Interesting. Also,
one of the villain looks like David Bowie.
What do you mean, James, that I am gay? You're gay, obviously. Also, fuck you. Hello.
Hello, Jorm.
Hello, James. Also, yes, Contra said Arkham was a H.P. Lovecraft reference. Yes, that is true.
That's all. Enjoy. Okay.
But H.P. Lovecraft is, I think it's reused right now. It's out of the. It's
pretty
in
sure that would
public
be the
domain,
case.
so everybody can use stuff. So there's no reason for it to be a bad thing. I like using AC/DC as a villain name.
Just fucking strange, really, I'd say. Like, I mean, it's a I guess an Easter egg, but that's just the quirkiness of JoJo. I would probably like check it up with that.
Yes, but the author has really good taste in music. I mean, mostly are 80 rock bands like Queen, AC/DC, stuff like this. He has really good taste in music. I think he did a manga only to promote his mixtape. That's my theory. So, what can we compare next between the two games?
Hey, that's the thing, cause I feel like they are such a close, such a close comparison. I would say, because like, City is fucking brilliant. Spider-Man is also a fucking brilliant game. They have like those they're small and like mostly small negatives. There aren't very big drawbacks, I would say, from either of the game. That's why I'm like so hard for me to say which is better objectively. I prefer Spider-Man because of my bias towards Spider-Man and the swinging mechanic, and like the combat in general is more smooth. And that's the thing. I like smooth gameplay. Like that's why I prefer Dark Souls 3 over 1. Because it's not that clunky. And that's the thing. It's hard for me to go back to clunkier games, like in the same series, for example. I'm just like, the jank is too much for me, and it like really impacts my enjoyment. But on the objective level, they both are so fucking well made, the games. I'm just like, how do I fucking compare those? That's why I'm still like fucking, you know, it can't really, because I would place them the same spot if on the objective like scale. Both have like small niggles over here and there, you know, just like with biggest like drawbacks from Spider-Man, I would say probably like the Miles and MJ missions. There is such a pace killer and unfunny mechanic. I don't know what would be the equivalent of that of the city though.
Yeah, I agree. City never had missions where you feel hopeless, in the sense that they broke the pace and you can't really fight or do anything. I mean, we had Catwoman's missions, but Catwoman is almost equal to Batman in combat capabilities in that game. Oh, I see Fredo abused his mod powers again. I don't know why.
Yeah, I didn't notice what was the case, but you know.
He said that Dark Souls 3 tries too hard to be Bloodborne. He said that he's monitoring bad opinion. Julius, how come I'm not a mod, you know?
You're not here to that often.
Oh, I see how it is.
The only reason I'm not a mod is because I'm a boomer and I don't know how it works.
I'm moderating.
Because now I can't ban you from your own stream.
But even going to that claim, that Dark Souls 3 tries too much to be Bloodborne, I wouldn't say so. I just feel like the drawback from that would be probably because the shift between Dark Souls and Bloodborne is like they're very big, like differences, like the speed difference is very like big, and so Dark Souls 3 tried to accommodate quicker gameplay because of that. And for me, I would say that was for the better, because the gameplay is much more smoother because of that. Even if it like tried to recreate some of the like Bloodborne aspects, I think that's only better. That's me, I guess. I mean, but I prefer faster combat in general, because that and it also ties back to my playstyle of Dark Souls. I guess that could be a factor for me, like preferring it, because I always play as a rogue. I always dodge. I really don't like using the shield. I feel it's like that's why I also remember when I when I saw that H-Bomber guy video that Muller responded to. I was like, yeah, shields are unfunny to use. Yeah, I was like completely body hook like in Sinker. I do agree with the sentiment that I myself prefer to just to dodge and stuff instead of just hiding behind the shield, because it really kills for me.
Yeah, I feel like both should be implemented. It's the player's choice. That would be a more interesting thing to say. Some people like to be fucking tanks, and some people like to be rogues. That's
the thing. That's because I don't know how much of a like Bloodborne had impact on like feeling of Dark Souls 3, but as a person who preferred like faster and overall gameplay, it really struck me as a negative, I would say. Because that's the thing, because of it I play Rogue. Like, I literally finished Dark Souls 1 only using the Wanderer's outfit because it was quite good for like the most occasions, and it was light. So I used the fucking wooden ring to do even faster rolls, so you know. And so I did 90% of the game in Wanderer's outfit that I got from the very beginning, because that was my class. And I only changed the armor for a very specific bosses that required high amount of poise to just fucking spam them. Oh, like,
Yeah, the only thing I'm annoyed in the Dark Souls franchise is how they hold their shields. It bothers me a lot.
Why would I want to use 1,000 TISM points to time myself out for
Why
5 minutes?
Why not?
I don't know, Lights uses it all the time. I asked him. Maybe some people are into that shit. Maybe they like to be gagged.
Yep.
I mean, what?
Yep, that's the case. But yeah, what do you mean by they hold their shields wrong or like it bothers you? I'm questioning that.
So, the straps, you know how the shield has that kind of heart shape, I should say. I don't really know how to describe it.
Like the kite shield.
Yeah, kind of like the kite shield. The straps are so your forearm is on the middle of the shield, vertically, not horizontally.
You know what? You know what? I guess I will time myself out for 5 minutes.
You're going to jail, buddy. Fredo do the things.
Oh no, you're gonna get fisted by Fredo. That's not good.
I mean,
As
what
in-
you free now?
Damn you for trying to suppress the truth, Fredo. Haha, outsmarted. But I would like for you to, you know, how does it call the fucking, you know, go deeper, Mala. What do you mean by try too hard to like emulate Bloodborne, and how would that be a bad thing? Yes, I'm curious.
Dark Souls 3 came before Bloodborne.
Again?
Didn't Dark Souls 3 came before
No.
Bloodborne? No? Really?
No, Bloodborne was 2015 and Dark Souls 3 was 2016, if I remember correctly.
Ah, god damn it, 1 year difference. I did not know that.
You should have known that.
I'm sorry, I missed the themes of the year, of time passing by.
The truth is my loot forearm. Way happy about. Damn.
Fredo, stop talking about looped forearms.
Why would you lube to? No, that's very weird. You shouldn't lube if you want to fist someone like, you know, aggressively.
He just wants to go deeper. He wants to jackhammer it. Let's be honest, he has no technique.
No.
Okay. I think I'm gonna head out in a second.
Alright, it was a pleasure, Scooby.
Yeah.
Yep. So, bye bye.
You're still gonna like you're doing the video, yeah? On it.
Yeah.
On the Batman Gorms, so yeah, go check that out when that's a thing.
When I actually can finish it. Yeah, bye bye, Napalm. I hate you, Julius.
Thanks.
I mean, goodbye, Julius.
Bye bye. Bye bye, baby.
Bye.
Yeah, so that was a fun debate. I feel like we lost track of it a lot of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you know, the main problem was the I myself didn't play them recently, and I still hold them in high regard. And we just don't have fucking experience in that department, I would say. We're just fucking rambling on how, what you know, about the games. That's fine, I think.
Yeah, they're not that different. Just one is the improved version of the other, and it's not something bad to admit that. I like them both.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would just place them on the same spot on the objective scale, and I just say that I prefer Spider-Man, and that would be probably just superficial reasons.
I think I prefer Batman more, and that's because of one reason. I don't own a PS4, so I never played Spider-Man, but I saw the game being played. I still like the game, how it looks, how it feels, how the combat seems to feel. And yeah, I don't know what to say more of it. They're both great games.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about Arkham Knight, though,
no, Arkham Knight is a travesty. That's a no-no.
It had so much potential, and they fucking ruined it.
Yep. Also, Malas, it uses the speed of the combat, also the style of combat of the enemies, very similar to Bloodborne. With the mitigating factors that makes combat work in Bloodborne, such as extra healing, regen system, attacks, dodges become less punishing on stamina. I feel like they made that. Like, because I think that change was to like find a bridge between Dark Souls and Bloodborne, because they lowered the stamina cost for the dodges and like I think blocking as well because of that, because they made bosses a bit more ferocious. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I guess I think. It's hard for me to say, especially since the mechanics from Bloodborne, such as health regen, doesn't really work that well, as I've proven somewhat by my shitty let's play of the fucking Bloodborne, where I get fucking stunlocked into oblivion, so the health regen doesn't really matter, and the vial system is very clunky and annoying that you have to grind for it. So that's not a problem if you have better mechanics than Bloodborne. Yeah, I think it improved on those. It implemented them, I think, feel correctly.
I just remember something. I don't know if I'm correct in saying this. I might be wrong. I might be right. I don't know. The Arkham series Batman feels like it's a continuation from the animated series Batman.
No, I wouldn't know that.
And Spider-Man does not really feel like a continuation from MCU Spider-Man. It feels more like a combination of all three live-action Spider-Man.
I would definitely agree with that. I feel that was the goal, though. I feel like they wanted to make their own Spider-Man.
God damn it, Fredo. Yes, I know my lexicon sometimes is not really the best.
I mean, checks out though. Shit.
Yes, it does. And I don't want to speak Kami right now, so... and you wouldn't understand me either, so...
The regain system is underdeveloped, but it works in small subtle ways. My hypocrite is the use of blood and trash in big fights, however, it's very stringent.
I think more like Raimi Spider-Man than MCU. I mean, he has the thing with the backpacks from the MCU, and there are some little bits from the MCU, but there was a direct reference in the story for Raimi Spider-Man with the train move.
Oh yeah, wait. Was it?
Yes, the train scene when he tries to stop the
Yeah.
metro underground.
Oh yeah, he says
and
it. That totally worked last time. I remember that. I remember. He says that.
I feel like this game really works on the stronger aspects of every Spider-Man.
Mm.
I mean, they took every strong thing from all three Spider-Mans and made it into one Spider-Man. Because, unpopular opinion, Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, not as Peter Parker,
Yes.
was okay, was alright.
I feel like that's
But
that's
Peter
most
Parker
people.
lacking.
Most people say that. I think.
And
like,
I really like his the way he moves on screen, his combat.
yeah, I think like most
Way,
people
like-
said that Tobey was a good Peter Parker, Garfield was a good Spider-Man, and Tom is quite good like middle ground for both. If when it comes to live action. I feel like
was
it's a
a fan of
consensus.
the suits in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, both of them.
Wasn't it, man? Basically, yeah. Like I myself prefer Tom Holland. I don't know, cause like he sells it very well to me.
I like the actor.
And I feel like the I don't like the Spider-Man. I mean, the Amazing Spider-Man movie like portrayal because of the bad script and bad story. And I think like that really hampers on me enjoying him. Because I didn't also watch the second movie, I only seen the first one.
I feel like Andrew Garfield is the better actor for all of the three. I mean, in general, he's a very good actor. I think if he had a good script, he would have been most people's favorite. If he had a good script.
Tom's completely different character. Yes, that's the point. I think, pretty sure, because they are as different systems. Actually, no, because Garfield is also a high schooler. But he's older, if I remember correctly.
I'm just not a fan of the Tony Stark being so
Yeah, that is a weird
so much
decision
into
for them.
the origin. If he had an origin, if Homecoming had less Iron Man in it, I would have no problems.
All the other Spider-Mans will lowness for most, but well, fucking Peter only has Ned. I mean, Tom Holland has Ned only in the MCU. I've only seen the Raimi movies in the first MCU one. I recommend Far From Home. I mean, it's not that. It's compared to Homecoming, it's not that great. I would say on its own, it's solid, but has some tisms. I would say if it comes to Far From Home.
My favorite Spider-Man portrayal as a whole is this game. This game
Yeah.
is quintessential Spider-Man in my opinion. If from the movies it's Raimi's Spider-Man, if the MCU Spider-Man didn't have so much Iron Man in his origin and coming, I would have preferred Tom Holland.
Yeah. You start with I guess that's what you meant by not loners. I mean, yeah, I agree that Iron Man being such a big pivotal like pillar in Spider-Man and MCU is a weird decision. I mean, I don't think it's bad decision per se, because it works, it makes sense. It probably like I'll probably say that it's a adaptation problem.
Yes, it is an adaptation problem.
And
Personally, I don't like it that much. Yeah, objectively, it has no problems for me.
yeah. Yeah, and that's the case for me probably, because I'm like similar like to mutually. So since I didn't read comics and stuff like that, so it didn't really impact me that much.
I just have a big problem with the fact that Tom Holland's Spider-Man never did his own full-on Spider-Man suit and had that weird cheap hoodie stuff. I wanted him to do his first suit on his own, then get the suit from Tony.
Well, he did.
That's just my opinion.
But that was his suit, though. That was the point of the movie, though. That he made this crappy suit because he doesn't have any materials. Because he's a fucking teenager.
Yeah, I guess. That's just a me problem. I didn't say it doesn't make sense.
No, I think just. I thought Homecoming was decent, like Tom Holland, how the movie looked. I didn't think there were a lot of unrealized potential there, though. I'm not into MCU. Not the Spooder-man argument is dumb. Homecoming Peter is very good adaptation and works in the universe. Yeah, that's the case for me. It's like, I'm not saying it's like I'm torn because I understand people who would say, oh, but it's not like this, like this. But in general, like, if it works and it works really, really well in that universe, though, and so I'm like, that's a non-issue now. Then you know, and that's why I'm like, and it's like just feel like it's more realized in the MCU. That's why I prefer Tom Holland over Raimi. As for me, it's if we're going movie, live action movie only, then it's, you know, Holland and Raimi. I mean, Raimi, you know, Holland, Maguire, and then Garfield. Just like feel like Tom does such a good job in the how it was portrayed and works so well.
Can we consider Peter B. Parker from Spider-Verse?
Oh yeah, if we're including all,
if that's
like, then yeah, then like, because if we're going like all media, then I like this one, like PS4 one, the most, like first, then Peter B. Parker, and then, you know, live action as well.
If we consider movies and Spider-Verse as movie media, Peter B. Parker would be my first. If we consider all media, Yuri Lowenthal all the way.
Yeah. Noir Spider-Man. I watched that movie. Oh, it could be interesting. Noir Spider-Man.
If he's not voiced by Nicolas Cage, I would.
I had more of the issues. Actually, I don't really have much of an issue, I think, with Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Verse. It was just a non-character, really.
I just want him to be voiced by Nicolas Cage if we get a Spider-Man Noir movie.
You're dumb and your critics are poor. My goodness.
Also, if we talked about the Spider-Man adaptation movies, let's go on Batman now.
Oh, I don't know. I only watched one. I only watched the... How was he called? I forget. The fucking pretentious fucker with his fucking tisms.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. I mean, like, fucking hell, like, you know, he makes some good movies, but some of them are just like fucking weird, me. But yeah, only seen that Batman.
There was a meme I saw with the two faces of Christopher Nolan movies. The first one was 0 out of 10. He was too much of a pretentious fucker, and the other one was 10 out of 10. He was too much of a pretentious fucker.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just a hit or miss. That's the thing. But whenever he really like tries for like the time travel and stuff like that, it can really backfire, I think, for him. But when he does something like more grounded or like understandable for the masses, he does something really, really well. Like the Dark Knight is fucking a very good movie.
Yes, it's a very good movie. I feel like DC, when they tried standalone movies, they were the best superhero movies around. They easily beat everything from Marvel, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like on the objective scale, compared to the Dark Knight, the only two movies I would say are close are Civil War and Homecoming from live action.
Infinity War.
No, Infinity War has some tisms. Quite a lot of tisms, especially with the planning on how to deal with Thanos. That's
Not Endgame. Not Endgame.
Infinity War has some tisms as well. Especially with like when they show you that Strange can chop off limbs, specifically a hand.
Oh yeah. I get it.
That is a very big point. You know, Peter losing his shit. I mean, in character, but still, that no one like stopped him. And it's not really Infinity War problem, but because it's an Endgame problem. But the whole, I've seen like the 14 million possibilities and only win one, was so underdeveloped. It was like
usually when time travel gets into the mix, it muddies the water. I think the only superhero time travel thing I saw well executed was the Flash, and in the later seasons kind of screwed it, but the first two seasons was alright.
Yeah, I don't know unfortunately anything about that. But yeah, oh no, really. Because now I remember though that the only other portrayal of Batman I saw was the one with Jack Nicholson as the Joker, and I don't remember that movie at all, other than that Joker falls off the tower, I think, and dies. I think that's the only thing I retained from that movie. Other than that, you know, it was
Michael
good.
Keaton was the name of the actor.
Oh, yeah.
The one who plays Vulture in Homecoming.
Yeah. Fucking hate time travel. Time travel is very weird. Because I don't think I've seen a piece of media that deals with time travel and executes it like flawlessly. You know, probably known media exists, but you know, to such an extent that it doesn't like impact much stuff. And I don't like the whole mechanic of time travel. I don't know. I just feel this weird.
I can give an example for time travel that was well executed. So I'm gonna go back to the Flash. I'm gonna spoil a bit of it.
Sure.
So both the Flash and the main villain of season 1 have both can time travel. That's one of their powers. So the time travel. Fredo just says I'm wrong. So the main villain hates the Flash so much that he went back in time and murdered his mother to stop the Flash from becoming the Flash in the first place. But because of that problem, the main villain loses his powers because the Flash were kind of the reason of his powers. So he gets stranded and he's forced to recreate the Flash so he can return home. So that's pretty straightforward. The only consequence is the Flash would have become Barry would have become the Flash in 2020 instead of 2016. That's kind of the only consequence. So the villain accelerated the growth of the Flash.
Captain America just watching the world burn, yeah. That's the endgame problem. The endgame has a lot of tisms when you think about it.
They should not have introduced time travel.
Yeah, I feel like the like one of the like theories I really liked was that Thanos would be so fucking, you know, sad about killing Gamora that, you know, they would be like, come on Thanos, listen to us, listen. Turn back time, and we're gonna fight again and stuff. And it was like basically that they would like strike a deal with him to like simply revert time or something like that, to, you know, to bring everyone back, including Gamora. But I don't know how that would work, since she was sacrificed for the Soul Stone. So, you know, then, you know, like, I mean, if he would like turn back time, he could just turn back time to the time, you know, before he even sacrificed her. So I guess that could work. And I don't know, I feel like that could be more utilized than just time travel and just what we ended up with.
So you mean he would have been Dark no Jutsu?
What?
The Naruto syndrome of convincing the villain to not be a villain.
I mean, no, he would be a villain later on, I think. I don't remember the... But I feel maybe. I don't know. And it's a really half-baked idea, which I feel is a bit stronger on like on paper than time travel. Naruto speech jutsu.
I mean, tell me something more powerful in that universe than that shit.
Wait, but what was it? What specific? Because I don't remember. Specific point.
How many villains did Naruto turn into allies? The first one was Gaara.
Okay.
No, the first one was Zabuza, actually.
Yeah, first Zabuza, then Gaara, then season 2 starts. Neji wasn't an enemy though. He was just a cunt. And I guess he simply show him that to not be such a prick. But yeah, Obito, Sasuke, yeah, I guess I can agree with Sasuke.
Yeah, I don't know about Sasuke actually.
I'm torn on that. I would be torn on that. Definitely Obito.
I'm just as torn as their arms were after the fight. I think he just gave up because he couldn't fight anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, Obito. Pain was the biggest one in my opinion.
Sasuke was just more thick, you know. My goodness. Why is this happening? Thank you for the follow, Yoshi. Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like it's deserved though in most of the cases though.
Yeah, I don't know about Obito though. That one I
don't remember what was the specifics though. That's the point.
So Obito became an ally because him and Naruto had the same dream at some point to become Hokage. But the thing that annoyed me the most after Obito helped them, Naruto said something like Obito was a pretty cool guy even though he was the guy that murdered his parents.
Yeah, here we make fun of Jews and fun. Oh man, it's rude. Stop. How are you doing, Rushdie? Yeah, hello. How are you doing? What's the tisms for you, my man? Welcome to the tism stream.
Welcome to the stream of two Eastern Europeans talking about media. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and the main discussion finished, and now we're just fucking chilling with nothing else to do. Oh man, that's good.
Man, I really am kind of a bit salty about the endgame that they fucked up with the timeline, with the time travel. I really did not want time travel in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking so poorly executed though. That's the point. That's the thing.
Yeah, they made fun of Back to the Future and said it doesn't work like that, and they screwed it.
Yeah, they fucked themselves up, so that wasn't really... It's like when like comedy, like bad comedy movies make fun of like good comedy movie. Or even the genre itself. Because, like, you know, whenever, like, for example, if you have some, like, stupid things in Deadpool or something like that, when they're, oh my goodness, don't you see how fucking bad it is? Yeah, but it's still bad. Why would you include this if you know it's bad? You know? Pointing out your own stupids doesn't make them non-stupids. Fred, you works for censors. Yeah. I mean, Fredo sometimes, if he finds a good joke, like as in good comedic timing to ban someone, he would probably ban someone for a second. No, that's the case, you know. But if it makes me laugh, I allow it. If it doesn't, I tell him to, you know, to revert.
Fredo has quite a comedic bans, fistings. That's why I keep a whistle ready for him when he abuses his power, right? Well, yes. I mean, Fredo, what the fuck am I talking about? I screwed the joke up. I'm so ashamed.
Happens to the best.
Dishonor to my family. Dishonor on my cow. Oh, and that's a good segue to talk about the Mulan stuff.
Oh no. No.
Like, why would they remove everything that made the first movie good?
I don't know, I never liked Mulan in general. I don't know, because it just didn't click with me when I was a kid. And so I had literally no investment into it for that, and I knew they will fuck it up, so I was like, okay. And they still managed to fuck it up in a spectacular way. Can I join the cult? If you want to, sure.
Bring him on.
No. Poor cult.
Contra is gonna be even more lonely. Poor guy. But we got 12 persons on stream and only 2 people are talking. That's weird. 3 with Mala.
Racist! Well, what can I say? How can what do you expect me to not be racist? That's fucking rude, my man. Don't deny me my racism. I like my racism. I will accept the friend request I sent you for you to be added to the call.
I find it very interesting that Discord lets you talk with people and not have them as friends.
You can only in once. But if you want to do a DM, you have to add people to the to the friend. Don't know why it doesn't work the way like that. Ew.
Hello.
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 Why did you want to come on, by the way? Because what's your investment?
Because you're talking about Mulan, and
Yeah.
oh my god, that movie, dude. They fuck it so much.
Yes, they did. And I kind of like wuxia movies, and I thought that movie was stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
It's not even funny enough to justify, you know. I laughed at the dumb things, but it's not funny enough to justify having that movie.
I'm happy
not
that
like-
they did not have the same villain as in the animated movie. So the animated movie villain is clean. No.
Yeah.
At least they did not fuck that up.
Yeah, at least they didn't do a 1-by-1 copy, you know. I think that was good, but oh my god, man.
I don't know.
I see Contra is simping for your voice.
Fred is Mexi. But you know, for me, like I said, I just didn't click with me when I was a kid. Like, so I didn't fucking care at all. I didn't see, and I will only watch for the IFAP movies to experience that travesty.
I grew up with the golden age of Disney movies.
Yeah,
because
me too.
I mean, I think all of us, because I think we're more or less similar age. I think Fredo is only older. Wait, you were 22 as well, Nathan, yeah? Or no, wait.
23.
23, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Fredo was 26.
We are all about the same, you know, same generation.
So, but for me, it was just simply, I don't know, like Mulan didn't click for me. You know, it's like, what would be my favorite childhood movie? Probably Road to El Dorado. That shit was That
was good.
Road of El Dorado was very good.
Yeah, Road to El Dorado probably has like the one of the many kernels for me liking fucking animated womans. You know, fucking child.
I cannot blame you for that shell. It's quite thick with 3 C's.
Yeah, boy. No, just saying overall it has a nice voice and voice. But yeah, it's fucking. It's just like, don't know. I mean, I actually know why Disney does that, like those remakes and stuff.
Money.
That's one thing. The second thing is if they.
But they love money.
Yes, they love money, but the second thing they also do it, especially with like, you know, Lion King and stuff like that. If they don't, it becomes a public domain, and they don't want that.
Yeah.
Because they want the money from that.
No, but yeah, maybe.
Why not just take the voices from the original? You don't even have to take casting calls and actors anymore. Just do a live action or CG live action with those, especially for Lion. Especially for Lion King, just remake the original, the CG animation.
Yeah, I think that would work.
But even with Lion King, you know, by the way the US laws are, and it's all because of Disney, they have like decades still holding the rights. So they could have waited like 50 years.
Yeah, I
and
think
did
50 is
a new one. Yeah, and with Mulan, some such stories, they are like public domain, so anyone can do that. So they are really just capitalizing nostalgia. It's just that they want money from nostalgia. There's nothing more.
Yep, that's the main crux. They want to carry the Chinese market, but they bought in China. Yeah, fun fact: on the Disney like Plus site, it doesn't have Chinese subtitles, and it's a movie catered for China.
And in English, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in English.
The Chinese government, they made a public thing that no journal, no newspaper will talk about Mulan, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, they did that for not for those reasons though. They thanked someone they were not supposed to thank in the credits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, like, there also were those like weird fucking quotes from like the actress who played Mulan, or someone else from the main cast with some like very weird quotes. Yeah.
It's the main actress. She don't likes the protesting in Hong Kong.
Yeah. I was like, wow. It was really
and
weird.
she's a fine actress, you know.
I mean, I didn't see that. I'm not saying if she did a good or bad, because I didn't see the movie. And I don't really
in the movie, I think it's bad because it's all bad. But she, as an actress, she's good. She's just a scummy person.
They think it's one of the department heavily involved in. Oh yeah, I remember. I heard something about that. There was some tisms with concentration camps.
And I can understand that. Like, if they did need permission, and so maybe they have to put it on the credits, but they thank them. They didn't need to say thank you. They could just set it on the credits, you know? We got permission from them to shoot.
Or just another great idea.
Don't shoot there.
Don't. Yeah. Shoot in Taiwan, you know? That's problematic.
That doesn't exist
No,
there.
they would not have.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That country does not exist? What you mean? What's that country you speak of? Me no
Way
know.
less problematic.
Just describe 99% of Hollywood. Yeah. That's how it works, though. Money.
Money, yeah. And it's funny with the Lion King, you know, if you correct the Lion King earnings, the new Lion King, with inflation, it didn't make as much money, as much more money than the original. It made about the same, and it cost about twice as much, corrected by inflation. So they are making the same amount of money, not more.
The thing is, and in
Shut
my
up to a
opinion,
racist comment.
it could have made more money if they brought the old villain. If they brought Jeremy Irons as Scar. I really did not like this version of Scar.
Yeah, no, Jeremy Irons should be Scar forever while he lives, you know? You can't change that.
Yeah,
He did not even get asked to play in the movie.
Yeah,
They
and
didn't even
you saw the interview, right, that he gave. He was completely right. He said, like, they asked him, and he said he wasn't called. And they asked him, oh, and who do you think it will be? And he just brushes off, you know, some whippersnapper. And it is a whippersnapper. Not that it's a bad actor, but it's just someone else.
Just not Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
For me, the somewhat sad thing is, I never seen any of the childhood movies, you know, in English. So for me, you know, like, because I can probably emphasize, like, and understand, like, the sentiment that you know, actor was very good, and then even from, like, the, you know, the obviously the best clip, which is, you know, "Long live the king," you know, that was a very you know, good, you know, quote, and I
he
see.
shouted in the.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, jeez, that's that. I saw the remake clip. That was bad. But that's the thing. So I just don't know how it sounded. So I wouldn't have that.
Yeah, I watched the movies in English later, you know, when I was older.
Yeah.
But one thing in Disney, especially the old ones, is that the music and the characters were so good and so well written that even the translations, they made sense.
Yeah.
They were good.
I mean,
the translations in some Disney movies in Portuguese are, in my opinion, better than the original.
Yeah, I mean,
the old ones.
For me, like, I'm just like somewhat scared that they will, like, negatively impact my enjoyment of, like, the Polish translation for me, because, like, it would be, oh my god, that's so bad, and I will have, like, in this, like, in the back of my head, my goodness, and the fucking English is so bad. Like,
well, don't be big. I'll tell you, they are great. You know, in English,
Probably.
especially because it's how it's intended to be. The old Disney movies are perfection. You know, the Lion King in the original voices is a perfect movie. You can improve that. You cannot improve that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I just need to watch. There would be 3 movies that I would really want at some point watch in English, which is Road to El Dorado, Atlantis, and Treasure Planet. Those 3.
Those 3 I never saw in English, and they are my favorite movies.
Same.
I like them a lot. I thought they in English. I want to mention why the shouting of "Long live the king" in the newer version of the Lion
So
King
cringe.
Oh my god.
is a problem, and it's a big problem because it's a plot hole. It's not only the delivery of the actor that's bad; it's also a plot problem because Simba does not know that Scar killed Mufasa. But if you hear him shouting "Long live the king" and smacks him in
Yeah.
the
Also,
face,
that
not
fucking
know
smack is so fucking bad. He just
Also,
fucking
I don't
boops him.
remember, but Zazu is a plot hole too. I don't remember if he was there.
Wait,
But
Zazu was the
Zazu
parrot,
saw a
yeah?
lot of Zazu, and he's free. In the original, he's like arrested by Scar. In this, he's free, like flying around, like nothing happened.
Oh my.
More black actors, 10 out of 10. Don't forget gay representation, 12 out of 10. Yeah, boy. all them
I'm
gays.
gonna be honest. I think that's why they did not recast Jeremy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
In Brazil,
I'm
they
just
did the
gonna
same
be
thing. All the voice actors are black. They are singers. They did the same thing, and it's marketing. It's not a creative
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah. It affected the movie. It affected the movie a lot.
Beyonce is not an actress. Not at all. I'm waiting so much for that YMS video. That
the
will be
Kimba
great.
one?
No, he did the Kimba because of his Lion King video.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for. I think next month he will release it. He thinks he will release it.
Cool. Ow. But yeah. And yeah, you really want to watch those three though, in English at some point. Cause
Yeah, I
fuck
think I
hell.
should too.
Cause like,
I'm just gonna rewatch my enjoyment.
Yeah,
even
the music on El Dorado is so good in
Yes.
Portuguese, though. You know, I understand where you're coming from.
fucking hell, like, and it's, I'm pretty sure like it's just some. I find it also weird how almost universally, like the dub quality it just fucking declined everywhere. Mostly, I would say. I mean, obviously, I can't make that definitively, but but you know how you have the you know the golden era of Disney, you know, like 15 years ago with the dubs, and then like anytime I like watch something like for a second dubbed, for example, when I watch parts of Spider-Verse dubbed, fucking hell, that's a travesty. Jesus fucking Christ, no one sounded correct, you know, and I'm like, wow, so half-assed and stuff like that, you know, like just eesh.
Well, I don't know. Dubbing in Portuguese usually is fine. It's just when they do the corporate decisions like they do outside that they fuck things up. Like in Lion King and in Tangled, the protagonist, the guy protagonist, is a talk show host. He's not an actor, not a voice actor, and they choose him because he's famous, and it's terrible.
Oh wow.
But when you got real voice actors, it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
I think the writing has an impact too. If the writing is bad,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes the voice actors can't save it all.
It's really weird when a dub changes major things or things for cultural reasons. A great example is if you watch Pokemon dub in
I was
English.
curious if we're going this way.
Yeah, I'm going for the jelly-filled donuts that are actually onigiri. Yes, I'm going for that.
Yeah. Animal, you know, Animal is strange dubbed.
Yeah.
It is very strange. I can only think of two series that have a good dub, and one of them is not really that decent at the beginning. It evolved better in the later parts, and that's Naruto and JoJo is. I think it's great from beginning to end, but that's just my opinion.
Oh man.
In Portuguese, we have good dubs, but one that is actually against your points. But one that is very good is Yu Yu Hakusho. And in Portuguese, they changed it completely, you know, to have cultural references. And it is amazing. It is the best dub ever from one anime. And they didn't change the meaning, but they changed how it is made, you know, so it is Brazilian culture, and it's amazing. The voice actors are so good.
That you call that the best dub and not Ghost Stories.
Fucking ghost stories.
Because it's English, you know, I'm talking Portuguese. In English, okay, Ghost Stories wins.
Yeah, like for me, I wouldn't really say hard for me to say which dub is good in Englando. Because I really dislike all of them. Even from the like good shows, I really dislike. For example, I really disliked the dub from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I found it like most people didn't sound the way that they like. It just felt wrong.
I like the main character, the blonde one. I forgot his name. Edward.
No,
right?
yes, Edward was the main,
Yeah.
and then Alphonse is the armor.
I like Edward's voice. Big Miniana did a good job, but
Yeah, I would say that English Edward was okay, but fucking like Mustang, for example, was an Alphonse. Jesus fuck, I was. Yikes.
I never saw that in English.
I mean, I saw bits of it
curious
in
now.
English, because I just simply couldn't continue.
the good thing in that dub is Armstrong.
Oh, yeah. Was okay. Well, talking about dubbing stuff like that in movies, animus and stuff like that.
Voice acting
Voice acting. Yeah.
everywhere, yeah.
I don't know. Like I always go. I gotta go. Bye bye, Yoshi. Hope you had some good time.
Bye, Yoshi.
But yeah, the thing is, I just like, I don't know, it just feels wrong watching anime in England. Like, they, I mean, I'm not saying it, that's,
Japanese.
for me, like, a fucking Polish dub of, like, Shaman King or Naruto, Jesus fucker. I mean, they are funny bad looking back, but man, oh, that's some bad shit.
Shaman King was good.
Shaman King was very
My
good.
dog was good.
And I don't know if I'm happy or sad.
That Shaman King is getting a remake?
Yes.
Oh, no. Who is doing it? Shaman King.
I don't know, Google it, because I don't know. It's supposed to come out 2021.
Shaman King. 2021.
Yeah.
I really hope it's gonna be good.
Oh, and sometimes dubs can make some funny situations.
Oh yeah,
I have
Yeah.
like
another
I'm-
example.
yeah. Another example.
The thing in JoJo, I told you that most of the abilities in singer and the characters are named after singers and song names and stuff. For
Yeah.
copyright reasons, they can't do that in the dub and they have to change the name. So I have a very funny example. Actually, two examples. So there's a guy that has an ability named Limp Biscuit, and
Okay.
they changed the name from Limp Biscuit into Flaccid Pancake.
Yeah, one funny thing that they had to change was in Star Wars. It's not anime, but it is
Yeah.
a good one. Dooku in Portuguese is of ass. So they couldn't have Count Dooku because everyone would hear Count of ass.
Yeah.
So he is called Dukan.
Oh, it's also quite okay, I would say.
It's subtle, but it is strange, you know.
Mhm.
Count ass.
It's better than Flaccid Pancake.
Yeah.
Count ass.
There was another ability in this series called Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. The
Yeah,
song
yeah,
by
ACDC, yeah.
AC/DC. So they changed it to Filthy Acts at a Reasonable Price.
What?
Those are just like change that movie title. Basically, they're like those fucking.
Yeah, but they're funny.
Yeah, they're funny. No, they're very funny. That was very fun. And especially since that's a long title as well, it just fucking goes on. It's like, it reminded me when my friend was calling Sekiro, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and he was Sekiro Spectres Perish doubly, something like that, and I was like, like yes, funny.
Yeah, I still like filthy accent at a reasonable price a lot.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Fuck. Oh boy.
And I still don't know why the guy named every ability and almost every character in
JoJo.
into song names. I don't know why. Or singer or something. He just did it because fuck it.
Yeah.
One of his characters is almost a one-to-one lookalike of Prince. Oh, yes, and there's another ability called Soft and Wet after a Prince song. And if I remember right, the dub version was something like what was it? Flaccid and Dank might be, but I'm not really sure of that. Don't quote me on that.
Well, the director for the new Shaman King, he didn't do much, but nothing bad, so it is an anime. Might be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping it's gonna be good.
I mean, it's a remake made by the Japanese, so
Yeah.
it has to be.
At least it's an anime by Japanese, not a Netflix
Yep.
live action movie.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Remake.
I'm gonna probably, because of that, come back to anime. Because of that remake.
By Netflix. Mala, we're never gonna get a good adaptation of Berserk, let's be honest.
Yeah, just leave Berserk as it is and be happy.
Just read the manga and that's it.
Yeah. But they did pull off Goblin Slayer, so maybe.
But they've also fucked up the 2016 Berserk, so you know. Not the same people, I think, but you know.
And people, when they hear Berserk, they think of that and they don't want to get into it because of that, and I hate it so much. Because Berserk is a really good story.
I just didn't care for it. I just don't. I don't know, but that's me in media mostly. That's the case, because like I said multiple times, because of my ADHD, like watching and reading stuff for me is very tough because I get distracted way too easily, and so I don't really want to do time investment in stuff like that because I really know that I would probably not finish that. Because like the best example is fucking The Lord of the Rings. Amazing movies, you know, fucking, you know, objectively, you know, man, they are so fucking boring to me. I just don't fucking care.
Just take some ads and watch the movie. But yeah, I got you. I understand.
I mean, if we're gonna get comparison with fantasy, Berserk is kind of similar to Lord of the Rings, at least in the Golden Age, until a certain point, and we all know what we're talking about.
Do we?
Berserk is more of a dark fantasy in the later parts, but in the Golden Age arc, which should be chronological, the first part, it's more of a classical fantasy, medieval fantasy.
I want to go to your argument contra audiobooks, bruv. I don't think manga can be translated into audiobooks that well. That's one thing. And also, second thing, for me, I just, whenever I want to consume a movie or something like that, I want to like do it my whole attention. Because if I will not do it that way, I know I will not retain anything from it, so it's just waste of time for me to have it in the background or something like that. And I am simply not in the mood most of the time to watch stuff. That's the thing. I need to be in the mood to watch things. That's why like I can like I have complete from the completely legit means have you know the Big Lebowski movie, you know, on my hard drive for 6 years I think now. Still didn't watch it because I just don't feel like it. And
And I
the
can
other
see how that movie can be boring.
I mean, I don't know, but I just know it's I know it's fucking very good comedy. That's all I know. But I just simply don't have a drive that you know, to watch it. And the bigger problem also happens whenever I feel like I want to watch something. Then there is like this. I have this inner debate: should I watch something new from my list of downloaded movies? Or I mean, legally possessing, or should I rewatch Hot Fuzz again? And Hot Fuzz usually wins. That's the problem.
Fuzz is so great.
Jesus Christ, you need to watch that shit. Yeah. Just stuck it in my mom. Yeah, it's fine. Blaspheme. Yep. That's how it is for me. Like I even recently, you know, especially when I go back to went back to work physically. So I, you know, opened my tabs on my PC, work PC, and there was, you know, IFA 27, you know, the Mission Impossible one, Fallout, and I was like, man, I want to rewatch that, you know, and so probably next time I will want to watch something, I will rewatch fucking Mission Impossible instead of watching something else. That's how it works for me.
It's a good movie, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. I rewatch when I rewatched rewatch good movies. That's the thing. But just I just prefer to watch something I watched before and I know it's good instead of watching something I heard it's good. You know, Julius is right and wrong at the same time. No. Are you Julius or Jay? I'm both. What?
It's Polish J.
No, I'm
He's
Polish.
Triple J.
Yeah, boy.
Bless you.
Thank you. But yeah, that's my fucking issue when it comes to the movies, though.
I usually like to watch movies with at least another person, so I could comment it on the movie. It's more fun that way for me. I made my cousin watch the first two Terminator movies for the first time, so that was interesting to see his reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I also made him watch the Matrix trilogy and the first reveal with the simulation on the first movie was so delicious because he knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fairness, I tend to watch things I have already watched rather than the newer things. Yeah, because that's the psychological thing.
Yeah, I like new things.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I
it depends.
understand that.
It depends on people, but you know, that's also why people don't like change, because you know that's how it was when it was my time. So it's clearly better, you know.
Yeah, the nostalgia has a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but movies back then were better. Come on, let's be honest.
In general, yeah, maybe.
Have you seen the thing, the 80s one?
big movies, at least.
Answering to the question, Contra, I think I saw like the second half of the thing once on television. Pretty sure. Definitely, I seen the ending. I seen the
Should
ending,
see that.
definitely. Yeah, I know. I mean, I should have seen a lot of movies. I probably should at some point watch fucking Saving Private Ryan, but you know.
Yeah.
We are talking about the John Carpenter thing, the
Yeah.
one with the
Yeah, the good
Wilford
one.
Brimley in it, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
the good one.
the 80s one is said in the, you know, Contra said. So I assume it's that one. The 80s. Yeah, I really didn't watch that many things in general. And mostly whenever I watch it, it's mostly comedies, because I don't know, because I prefer comedies, that's me. Masterpiece in cosmetics and character development. Yeah, I heard good stuffs. You know, for a lot of movies I didn't see as well. Terminator 2. I seen the first one. I saw Genesis. The Genesis.
That's a travesty.
Yeah. And I think I saw Salvation as well. But yeah. What else? What else can I think of? In Berger? No, I didn't see In Berger.
In Burgers.
Burgess, that's how you say it?
I don't think I saw that.
In English.
Yeah, okay.
It is good. I seen all the things, man. All the things in TV, especially when I was little. I read and saw all the things. That's why I want new stuff, you know.
Yeah, like I always had a problem with fucking concentration on stuff. Like I don't think I can count the amount of live action shows that I finished on one hand. Definitely watched House from beginning to end.
I really need to see The Boys.
Oh, The Boys season 1. That's something I saw.
Yeah, I'm seeing season 2.
Yeah, I just really didn't watch that many live action tisms. Guess it's too long most of the time for me.
Because we talked about the thing, so do any of you know if Lovecraft Country is worth watching or
Nope.
is it bad?
Don't know.
Which one?
Lovecraft Country, the one on HBO.
Haven't seen it. I don't have HBO anymore.
Okay.
I never had HBO. I actually don't think I seen anything from HBO, to be honest.
You have to see Chernobyl.
Wasn't it Amazon? It was HBO. Yeah, but I didn't see it. What else did HBO did? I didn't watch the Game of Thrones, and I had some fucking sadistic pleasure when it fucking like crashed and burned. Because I was like, I mean, I understood that was such a fucking letdown for fans, but I was like, oh man, sucks to be you now, eh?
Oh man.
Can't trust Jordan.
No, when it turned to the worst, I just enjoyed the shit wreck, you know. The shit wreck.
I mean, I definitely got some, angry vibes, because, even without watching the show, the fucking stupidity of season 8 was just whoosh.
Really
Annoying.
painful for everyone who's
Yeah.
little fan of the show.
And we'll never have the books.
Probably.
George, why?
Well, George said that COVID made him work faster, so
Incredible.
maybe we'll get one of the books.
Yeah, because we can't jump on his trampoline naked anymore.
I don't think I even seen anything from Jordan Peele's Contra. That's the thing. I don't know, like, I am very, very uncultured when it comes to movies. Because that's the thing.
Jordan.
For me, I prefer games because they're active. I am the main factor of the game, whereas in movies I am mostly passive, so I can get distracted way more easily, and that's why I probably most often don't finish stuff.
Wait, Jordan Peele did a Lovecraft thingy?
No, did he?
Yeah. Him and the what's his name? The lens flare,
well.
the one that ruined Star Wars.
Well, so I won't watch it.
I think JJ was the name.
Hmm?
J.J. Abrams was the one that did Force Awakens and
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Okay, that fucking guy and Jordan Peele did Lovecraft Country.
Eesh.
Okay, I definitely won't watch it then. I would just read the book again. The books.
Found solace with Nertrotic Oak and then found EFAP through them. I found EFAP through Mupshli. Surprisingly enough. But the way I found Mupshli though is very funny for me. Because I found Mupshli because of the Soma series. But it was after he made his TLJ one review and stuff like that. But my story was like this. So here I am chilling, you know, not like I found this like reviewer guy that had a very nice voice to listen, like a background noise. You know, he was called Joseph Anderson. And so, you know, I was watching some of his videos, watched his fucking Soma video and stuff like, chilling, I was rewatching those videos sometime later on, and I seen the recommended, Amnesia vs. Soma, let's watch it. And I watch it, and then, he fucking says that Joseph Anderson is a fucking massive faggot. And then he's like, interesting. And so I stuck around, watched the whole thing, and then I started fucking, started understanding that I should probably think when I consume products. Especially like in YouTube products, because I was thinking to some extent with like movies. But I was definitely way more forgiving back then. But yeah, that's how I found Mupshli, because of the Joseph Anderson Soma video, and I was like, oh. And then watched the rest of the things, and then at some point, I seen before that he was doing some lives, and I was like, why do you do those, And one time I joined, and it was the fucking Major League ones, and I was like, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's possibly that's just a lie, I just fucking believe myself now. But I'm pretty sure one of the first things I heard after joining that stream was, you get to look at women, and I was like, yo, that's fucking funny, let's go. And then I stuck around.
So, how I found the Mupshli and EFAP was like this.
Wait, give me a second, you're cutting out a bit.
Oh, The Last Jedi.
Let's go to Singapore. Okay, speak. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, Nepal, can you say stuff? Because you were a bit laggy on me, and so I moved us to Singapore.
Am I laggy anymore?
No.
No, it's better.
So I saw the TLJ
Mm-hmm.
and I was mad at the movie. And then I saw the Mupshli's video. I don't know if it was the analysis one, the long ones, or the Unbridled Rage first that I saw. But afterwards I started watching Jay with the fucking everything Cinema Sins did wrong. When he was known as Cinema Sins.
Yeah.
And then I saw the EFAP episode where they were talking about Jay's videos against Pollard. That was such a coincidence, and I stick from there.
Yeah. I found Mulenheimer late 2017 when he made his Dark Souls 2 series. Ironically through H-Bomber guy, because someone retweeted him commenting on Muller.
Yeah, I think I stumbled upon him because of the video games, because I followed some generic thing like Mojo. It wasn't Watch Mojo, but something like that. And I remember entering the Discord when there were few people on it. And it wasn't even Star Wars themed yet, but I never talked to anyone. And then EFAP happened, and after a while I started being more active on it.
Yeah.
I followed so many people that EFAP covered.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me it was quite good that I like found Mupshli after he made most of his videos though. Because now I had content to watch. It was fun.
so
yeah.
many
I,
from the long way.
I came upon EFAP because of Wolf. Then I remember that I followed Music, and I started listening to it
Yeah, yeah, I
because I
didn't
saw
know
the
from
Wolf
and
Rage, Wolf
uh,
Rage on Star Wars, I think.
yeah. I actually didn't, because like I said a few times I think before, when I watched TLJ in cinemas, I was more preoccupied with me actually being on a fucking date, and I was like, you know, it didn't went well. I mean, it was a date in my mind, to be honest. Don't know what she was thinking.
And what a terrible choice for a movie date.
Yeah. Fun fact, she also didn't see any Star Wars before that point, so you know.
Oh man, that's even worse.
My TFA watch was like that. It was a birthday present from my girlfriend at the time, and she never seen Star Wars yet.
I
Until
mean,
then.
TFA.
And I like the movie.
Yeah.
I like the movie. Then I think about it, and then I didn't like it anymore. Then I saw TLJ, and I started laughing. And yeah. Then Rise of Skywalker
Oh,
came,
Jesus fucking Christ, that was a like.
and I was already too cynical.
I don't know why, but I refused to speak Polish with my like disappointment in the cinema when I was watching TROS. But man, I was very fucking angry with that fucking movie. I legit went quite audibly, oh, for fuck's sake, when the Lando shows up with all of the people on Exegol. I was like,
Nah, I was just laughing, mate, and everyone in the cinema was laughing too.
yeah, yeah. No, for my people, I think it was they were mostly silent. I don't think they didn't really hear. I was more preoccupied of being angry though, so you know.
I remember that when Kylo, before he fell, that the Emperor pushes him and he fell.
Yeah.
Someone in the cinema shouted, you know, just kill him already, and everybody laughed because everybody was laughing since the beginning.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I remember when I was watching through totally legitimate means this movie, that when Palpatine threw Kylo Ren into the ditch, I just went, well, you're just gonna let gravity decide this, huh? That's for you.
Yeah. I want to change a Gorm. What can I change the Gorm to though?
TROS was painful.
Yeah, that was very bad. Bloodborne? No, I don't really feel like Bloodborne now.
Arkham City, do it.
No, I think I finished that.
Yeah. You were biased, you know, just showing us Spooder-man
Probably.
and not Batman.
Probably.
And I actually gonna eat, so I think I'm gonna leave the call too. So
Okay, bye-bye.
have fun,
Have fun,
everyone.
have a nice meal.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I also think I'm gonna go eat and then take a shower and sleep. So
Yeah, I'm gonna probably stop soon as well, but yeah. Thanks for the tisms and stuff.
Thank you as well for having me in the call. It
No
was
problem.
lots of fun.
Yeah.
See ya next time.
See ya, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
In the meantime, I'm gonna play a few rounds of Amplitude before stopping myself for some food intake. What to do? Fucking hell. Actually, I don't feel like playing any games. I'm way too fucking angry. You know, I'm actually gonna stop myself now. So, thanks for everyone watching. Thanks for everyone watching. You know, we had some nice. I mean, that doesn't have that, you know. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the tisms and stuff. See you some other time. And actually, wait, is anyone Struman? I don't think anyone's Struman. Is Among Struman, for example? No. Okay. So yeah, goodbye. See you some other time, and good night.